Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome
to the Talking Disney podcast,
where imagination leads the way, memories are waiting to be made, and every moment is just the beginning of a great big story. Join us as we discuss parks, films, history, and magic, one chat at a time. Here are your hosts, Jason, Cody, and James.
And welcome to episode 214 of the Talking Disney podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and I'm here once again with my co-hosts, Cody and James. What is going on, guys?
Not much. What's happening?
Howdy hey, howdy ho.
there he is. I do. Before we get started on too much the intro, I did have something I wanted to play for Cody.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm scared.
Happy birthday, a great big to-do. Let's celebrate, yeah, celebrate you. So make a wish on your special day. You're looking great, so great, come celebrate. Happy.
All right, that's enough of that. Happy birthday. It was a couple days ago. Don't worry.
Yes.
We didn't forget to tell him happy birthday on his birthday. We weren't recording that night, so.
Correct.
That is correct.
Turn the big 3-0, right?
No.
Close.
31?
Close. 30 next year, right?
30 next year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Last year of the 20s.
Yep.
It's all downhill from here, Cody.
Luckily, I don't have as far to fall. I'm pretty short.
There you go.
That is a good point.
Silver lining. Silver lining. All right. So did you do anything cool for your birthday?
Well, I went to work.
It was Monday, right?
Yeah, it was Monday.
Yeah.
Went to work, which was less than cool, especially at my job. I'm in a warehouse without any air conditioning. And like much of the West, it's been very, very hot.
It's been fire.
It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's about 92 degrees or so inside where I work. So that's been fun. So afterwards, came home, opened some presents, went to dinner, tried a new spot in town that I had been wanting to try. It was okay.
What's it called? What kind of food?
It was a barbecue. It was called Black Hawk Barbecue.
All right.
Veteran guy opened it up. He used to be a Black Hawk pilot for for the military.
What'd you have to eat?
I got like a 3-meat combo platter. So I got pulled pork, brisket, and ribs, and it came with a side of baked beans, cornbread, and some like cheesy hash brown style potatoes type of deal.
And it was just okay?
And it was just okay. You know, the meat wasn't dry. The meat was tender. The ribs were falling off the bone. So a lot of good things there when it comes to barbecue. But it had a good smoke flavor. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, it was lacking in like seasoning. Like I could see that there was a rub on the ribs, but I couldn't taste the rub. You know, so it didn't have any flavor seasoning wise.
Gotcha.
It tasted good when you dumped the barbecue sauce on it, but I feel like the meat should be able to stand alone if you wanted it to, not having to need the barbecue sauce.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
So it was just okay. And then after that, we went to Culver's and got some ice cream.
So you didn't walk out saying, woo, 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 woo.
No, I did not walk out saying that. But it's okay. You never know unless you try. So
I'm not happy, Bob.
Not quite. I'm not happy, but not woo, 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 woo.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
So it was, it was
somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in between. What kind of ice cream? What's your go-to ice cream at Culver's?
We don't go there a ton, so I kind of usually get something different. I'll usually get like their flavor of the day or whatever it happens to be. I think on Monday I got this. Was it like a Oreo Reese's cheesecake, something or another?
Sounds good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Do you guys have Culver's in Vegas, James?
No, there's some in there's some in St. George.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've eaten there quite a few times, and I think they're planning on opening one. They're either in the process of building one, or they've announced one or two or something
Okay.
for Vegas.
Right.
But I don't believe there's any here right now.
Okay.
But we had a nice time. I got to spend time with Lucy, which is always a plus, especially considering that after my birthday was Monday. Lucy is working every night and day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I saw my wife on Monday, and then I will see my wife again on Saturday. But probably the most noteworthy thing to happen on my birthday, and James and Jason already know this, but my wife was nice enough to gift me something that I had been wanting, and I am going to have to try to break out of my awkward turtle shell a little bit and allow myself to actually use this wonderful gift that she gave me, or gifted to me. But she gave me an Osmo Pocket 3.
Nice.
Like it's a gimbal kind of vlogging camera. A lot of YouTubers are using this style of camera. Fresh Baked uses this style of camera. Does Provost use this style of camera? Do you know?
I believe
James?
so.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
Lots of other YouTubers and vloggers, even some TikTokers, but I think a lot of TikTokers mostly use their phone. But this camera will record vertical and horizontal video, and so TikTokers could be using it as well for some content or for B-roll or different things like that. But yeah, something I've been wanting. I've tried different things, leading up to this, like getting like an actual gimbal to put like my phone in for the stabilization and stuff like that. And I just almost feel like it's just too much. It's too much of a process. I want to use my phone for other things as well.
Because I've got a GoPro with a gimbal,
Yeah.
but it's almost like the GoPro is very small, but the gimbal's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's not convenient where
Right.
basically it's in the name. It's a pocket camera. So
Yeah. I mean,
it's
here's
small
the
enough to
size
fit in
of
your
my
pocket.
hand.
Yeah.
I don't know what to, provide for scale, but here's a Starbucks tumbler that I bought at the park. Here's the size of my hand, right? Oh, I'm going to freak my camera out again. I better not do that. But,
Yeah.
here's the camera, right? So, I mean, I'm holding it in my hand like this. Maybe that's a better view. And this on top right here, this is the camera portion of it, right? So the camera's small, and this is an extension down here to it, so it's just easier to hold. But otherwise, I mean, the whole camera itself is only a little over 5 inches, so it is pretty small.
When you mentioned the extension at the end, is that something that is extra? That was an add-on for that, or
it comes with it? So like I can maybe see. I don't know how easy it's gonna be here, but anyways, this comes off.
right?
It came in the box with it, and it's just they call it just a handle, and so that way it's just easier to hold on to.
Right.
But it's got like a quarter inch pin screw in the bottom, so you could screw in a tripod, or they have like a battery handle that's a little bit longer that you could use instead of this like 2-inch handle. And then that way it provides additional battery life as well as being a handle. And you can charge through the extension handle that it comes with. There's a USB-C port in the back, and so that way you can charge as well and keep the handle on. So I have to figure out how to use it the way I want to use it, but I'm excited. I would like to do some vlogging, I guess, and put it up on YouTube. Maybe, record some stuff as well to put up on our TikTok and our other socials. But, especially with coming up on D23, I figured there's going to be lots of things that will be worth capturing on camera. Yeah. Or my reaction to certain things on the show floor, or even just be like a walkthrough of this, booth or show floor experience, and throw that up online. So that way people that aren't at D23 Expo can see some of these things, and maybe we'll get some views off of that and try to get our faces out there a little bit more and become a little bit more recognizable and gain a larger following, whether that be on YouTube, TikTok, the podcast, the audio podcast. So that's kind of the plan. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, I'm gonna have to break out of my shell a little bit and be okay with people looking at me while I'm talking into a camera, especially if I'm by myself, but I'm excited for it.
Making fun of you?
Probably, yeah. I think that comes with the territory of putting yourself online, but...
Yep, I think so.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm excited. And part of that was kind of brought on. I don't know if we had the conversation while we were recording or after recording one episode, but there was the conversation that the three of us were going to dress up. When we go to D23, I was going to dress up as David from Fresh Baked, which explains my hat. Jason was going to dress up like Chris Provost from Provost Park Pass on YouTube. And at least the plan right now, we'll see if James sticks with it. James was, because it's a little bit different of a category too.
James got the hardest one.
James does have
walking
the hardest
around
one.
and having people stare at you.
James was going to dress up. The plan is as Dusty from Mice Chat, which we all love Dusty. Dusty's great. And we love the company and the community that he's built with Mice Chat. But I wouldn't say Dusty necessarily has a particular look or style, like
the beard and the hair, but James is missing half of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So as far as like clothing, like with Fresh Baked, for me, I have it easy. I bought this hat. He's always wearing this like newsboy style driver cap, whatever you want to call it. James is wearing something similar as well right now. And I bought with my own money. I don't know who else's money I'd be using. We don't make money off of this yet, but
you didn't use the podcast fund for that?
No, I wanted to save, the $2 we have, but
we have $2.
How much did we make off that live stream you did on TikTok? You remember you were?
Oh, we did make something, didn't we?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
That was me though. So
yeah,
it was.
Well, that's all we got to do. I just got to keep going live. You just got to keep watching.
I think it was 2 cents. Right?
Yeah, 2 cents. Yep.
Yeah. I think that's about all the money this podcast has ever made.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was going to dress up as Fresh Baked. I got the hat. I also bought a Fresh Baked branded t-shirt from his shop. And that kind of completes my look. Maybe I'll throw in a backpack. Maybe I won't. And I've got the camera. It kind of ties in the look, right? So that was kind of part of the conversation as well.
Mine was fairly easy. He wears a white collared shirt, normally short sleeve, untucked with shorts. Yep. He's got a tie on. I have one that's almost like, I have a picture of him that's almost like his. His Mickey is bigger than mine on the bottom, so but it's
not
red.
Always about how big it is, Jason. It's
yeah.
all right.
And then I bought some fake glasses, kind of like he wears real ones, but I just bought fake ones that look like it. I'll throw a backpack on. I won't have the camera, but maybe I'll throw my phone into the little.
You've got a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I probably I won't buy it. So I was actually thinking, because you got that one.
Mm-hmm.
James hasn't mentioned it, but he got one similar, right?
A similar one, yes.
Yeah.
The budget version.
Right. Which is, they look to me exactly the same, minus a different coloring or size.
A lot of people are saying they think they're the same camera. I mean, I think Jason, you even mentioned that.
It was Cody who told me about it.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Cody that mentioned that the rumor is that the same company's making them, but to make it so that they're not selling as many to the U.S. I
read a rumor, something about tariffs and trying to avoid certain tariffs.
Yeah.
I thought about buying a really, really budget one. I found one for like $150 just to see how the three compare. Like as far as once we're all done. And this one, the only thing this one didn't do is, because I believe on yours and James's, the actual screen that you're looking at, you can rotate vertical and horizontal, right? Where this one didn't. You can record vertical and horizontal, but the screen didn't rotate. It was a setting that you had to do.
So is the screen on the device in a vertical or a horizontal position?
It's in a vertical position.
Okay.
So, but it said you can record vertical and horizontal. The one I found, the big plus I saw about it is it had 7 hours of battery time, which I think is longer than most.
Yeah, that's a long time. Do you know what is it for yours, Cody? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head. It's not
I thought
7
I saw
hours.
4. I saw it at 3.5 to 4.
I know
it said depending on what you're recording.
Yeah, it depends on your recording settings. And I'm sure if you're using like a Bluetooth external microphone, I'm sure that cuts down on it.
Yeah, so you could have a.
Do you have a microphone?
Not yet, but I need to play around with it. I mean, I need to like go to like Walmart with it and see like how well it captures my voice. Now, granted, the convention floor I assume is going to be much louder. There's going to be a lot more ambient just noise from just however many thousands of people just talking inside of one building.
Right.
But I do think I'm going to want a microphone. So I do plan on getting one before we go down.
Okay. I was going to say, just get one. You're going to want one.
Yeah.
Do you have one? Did you buy one for yours?
I have one, yes.
Okay.
I need to make sure it's compatible. I didn't buy one specifically for this one, but I have a couple microphones from things I've done with different Zoom meetings and stuff to try to have the right type of microphone. So I'm hoping one of them will work.
Yeah.
According to Google, it says that the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 provides roughly 116 to 166 minutes of recording time on a single battery charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 to a little under 3, depending on this, that, and the other.
Right.
Depending on video resolution and frame rate settings.
And the bonus, because I didn't want to buy, I was like, I don't know if I want to spend, 150 on one when I could just double that and get the one James has. Because I think yours was like, when I was like, it was like 329 or 339 or something like that.
Yeah, I think 329.
But
then I'm looking at the one and I can't remember the name of it. I got it saved somewhere. But then I'm also looking at a new podcasting camera, and that can double as my camera.
Can it?
When I was messaging, or I was chatting with somebody from the company, and she said that a lot of people will buy it for a podcast camera. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah, it's got face tracking on it, so if I move, it's going to follow me. Well, and I was looking at spending 120 on a new camera, anyways. So
there you go. So now it's $120 cheaper for it.
Yeah. So we'll see.
And I mean, by all means, use the podcast funds. There's 2 cents in there somewhere.
So it'd be $119.98.
I mean, I'll go live as soon as we're done here, and Cody can watch it. We can double that to 4 cents before the end of the evening.
Yeah. So
let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so anyways, that was my birthday, and then that was a little bit about my birthday gift.
Cool.
And I'm excited to use it. I hope we can make some good videos while the 3 of us are together. So I was thinking that it could be cool to do like that first morning while we're standing outside, kind of waiting to get in, maybe with something behind us that says, D23, some sort of banner or sign or something. If we can go, like, I'm Jason, I'm Cody, and I'm James, and this is the Talking Disney podcast, and we can kind of pan out a little bit and be like, and we're at D23, like that.
And then we'll do a dance, right? We'll do a dance.
We'll have other people there that can hold the camera for us too. So, yeah.
Too bad we won't have Kaylee there. She's a digital creator these days.
She is.
We'll put it on a tripod, and then that way we can do our dance. We got to have a synchronized dance, so we're gonna have to work on that Thursday.
All right.
As soon as Cody flies in, we got to work on our synchronized dance for Friday morning.
Okay. I'll be the top of the pyramid.
I was going to mention.
We're going to break you out of your shell.
When I do watch those, like when I watch like Fresh Baker Chris, I always wonder how long it took them to get over the fact that they're walking around the parks talking to themselves. Like, did it feel weird at first?
It's got it.
Yeah,
because I don't know. Maybe they didn't care, but
maybe.
For me,
but
it's going to.
when I do it with my phone and I'm walking around videoing stuff, I usually stay quiet because I was like, this is weird. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
So I'll usually just get some shots of just cool things. You know,
I don't like people
big
looking
thunder.
at me.
Right. And I wonder how many people look at, what's this strange guy walking next to me talking about? You know,
But I feel like vlogging and TikTokers, we're very much in a social media, digital creator, influencer world these days,
Right.
especially at an event like D23. We're going to see people doing it all over the place.
Right.
And when I see somebody do it, I don't have any weird thoughts. I'm not judging that person. If I recognize them, I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's this person or whatever. But I'm never like, oh my gosh, what is this person doing? Talking to themselves,
I will be
weirdo.
I will be on the lookout for Fresh Baked and Chris while we're there. Dusty too. So
Yeah.
Well, we know where we can find Dusty.
yeah,
that'll be easy.
Definitely. Yeah.
Out of, despite the flea market, for lack of a better word, the flea market section of D23 no longer being there this year.
Stupid decision.
Dusty found a way to still get himself a booth at D23. So he's clearly in cahoots with the right people at Disney.
Well, it probably cost him a little more.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So
expect the price for Gumball Rally to go up.
Well, hopefully the last D23, they had
Sign-ups?
the dates and the sign-ups. If you signed up on that D23 weekend, you saved, you get the last year's price or something.
This time, if you sign up on that weekend, the price is $40 more, so they can pay for the booth.
Are we gonna rope chop the Mice Chat booth?
Head straight there.
Head straight there. Is that going to be our first stop that morning?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
What day? When are we dressing up like?
Saturday, I think. Are we wearing our
Saturday?
shirts Friday?
Yeah, we're wearing our shirts Friday, right?
Yeah, I think we'll wear our TDP shirts Friday.
Cool. Yeah, let's go right to Mice Chat. I got to see what Dusty's wearing. That way I can go to Target and buy some clothes. See, I think with that whole dressing up thing, I mean, Provost is going to be like easily recognizable.
Provost's wife, maybe. Would that be easier?
Probably not.
Shut up, Cody. Fresh Baked, I think, is going to be really easily recognizable too.
I'm hoping we see him because I do want to get a picture with Chris.
Okay. Do you know Justin Scard? The YouTuber Justin Scard?
I do not.
What about Adam the Woo? You could dress up like Adam the Woo.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that would.
And the only reason I suggested Dusty at the beginning is because in those YouTube things you do, Cody.
Yes.
I was like, James is looking like Dusty with his beard.
Yeah, the AI.
But
AI.
I think it added hair to James though. So
yeah,
it did. The Buzz Lightyear one. He's got a full head of hair.
I've been looking at wigs on Amazon. I'm not against wearing a wig. I mean, I'm not going to wear.
Just get some plugs. Just do it now.
Should we get to some news?
Yeah, we might as well. Are we recording?
Yes, we are.
We are.
I forgot to cut out that clip from last one so I can add it to our soundboard.
Are we recording? Probably lost everybody listening at this point, but we are still recording.
We don't care. All right, let's get into some news.
That's what they're listening for.
Yeah, we're unconventional. We just talk about whatever.
Yep, as long as it's Disney related, and this is definitely Disney related.
Who wants to go first?
Well, who put the first thing on there?
I don't know. It's not really in an order.
Not me.
Holidays at Disneyland. Was that you, James?
That was not me.
Oh, that was me. Holidays at Disneyland.
Welcome to the podcast, Jason.
I don't have any article on it, but it was announced it's starting on November 13th, and it's going to run through January 6th, which I think originally they had it starting on November 14th, if I want to say.
I was just going to ask, isn't it usually around the 18th or so? I mean, it's definitely earlier than it has been in the past. I mean, it's not like Halloween where they're doing it a month and a half earlier.
Right. Christmas is starting in September. I think last year it was around that time, 13th, 14th time frame.
Yeah.
It'd take about 2 weeks to tear down the Halloween stuff. It's pretty much gone, December 1st or November 1st. But every article I said to you, they're starting it earlier than planned or whatever. And I think I looked at a date. Originally, it was going to start on the 14th, and I think they bumped it to the 13th or something. But
I November think it was 13th. The 15th.
15th. Okay, so 2 days early.
Yeah, 15th or 18th, but I think it was the 15th.
Okay. So yeah, anyways, holidays November 13th through January 6th of 2027. So if you want to experience Christmas at Disneyland, those are the dates you got to go. Which will not be me.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
I want to. I can throw. I'll just talk about my quick other one that I put on there because we were looking at this last time, and I don't know if you guys saw this news story. Somebody bought that Sleeping Beauty castle at the Crystal Arts store in Disneyland.
Saw that. Teresa told me about that.
Yeah, we were looking at it, not to buy it, but we were asking the lady, hey, how much does this one cost? And I think the Rapunzel one was like 18 grand. And then we asked about the castle and she's like, that's 300 grand. And that was, when did we go?
300?
Yeah. $300,000. We went in June and it was still there. Well, apparently somebody bought it for $300,000.
Wow.
I made the comment, that's more than what we paid for our house 15 years ago. So
John Stamos must have been around that
yeah,
day.
right. But so yeah, it's not there anymore. They put the Rapunzel one in the window in its place from the video that I saw. But they will build another one. The lady that was working there in this video that this guy took said it takes about 3 months to put a new one together. So
wow, how many of them have they sold?
When I was talking to her, she didn't know if they had sold one before. She was fairly new, but I was like, man, who would buy that? But apparently somebody bought it and it was taken off the display very quickly. But 300 grand for a,
and then what did you have to pay to have it transported to wherever you live?
I'm driving and I'm transporting that myself, or I'm paying somebody to bring it. It's not being shipped through the United States Postal Service, FedEx, UPS, any of those things. So, yeah, I am for 300 grand. The Disney company needs to send a driver to my house with it, kind of like in an armored
I
truck.
wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't like, okay, pull around back and we'll throw it in your car. I bet you it's like an arranged delivery service.
Probably,
it's going to come in a crate, you know.
And I want Josh tomorrow to, walk up to my door and knock and say, here's your crystal castle. For 300 grand, that's the least they can do.
Do you think it's got the same resale value?
I don't know. Probably not.
No.
Maybe in a couple of years.
As soon as it leaves the park.
Just like an automobile.
I mean, I'm sure you could still sell it for 300,000, but I mean, how long did it sit in Disneyland? I mean, how are you going to get someone to buy it?
Yeah, because they could have. It's not like it's a limited edition. Or it's been there for a while, and like James said, who knows if that's the first one or how many they've sold.
Right.
It's crazy. That's craziness.
It is sold. It is sold.
That person's not worrying about prices going up on churros.
Nope.
No kidding.
Nope. I guess I did have another one if you want me to knock out my top three. July 28th, there was a report that no water at Disneyland. I guess there was a water main break on Harbor, making infrastructure open late. The security opened about 15, 20 minutes late for people to get in. And actually during the day, there were some restaurants that closed down in downtown Disney because they did not have water. If you don't have water,
I had seen later in the day that every bathroom in the park, at least at Disneyland, I didn't really hear much about DCA, but at least at Disneyland, every restroom in the park was closed because no water, right?
You can flush
and I
once.
had seen a local being Anaheim, an Anaheim news story from an Anaheim news station. They were interviewing somebody from the city, a city spokesperson or whatever, and I guess they were saying that there were issues with a couple of the wells that the city uses for water.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and it wasn't fully, I don't think fully fixed or solved until about 8 p.m. that night. So, that would, if you got to use the bathroom, what do you do? I mean, I'm sure if it affected Disneyland, it affected hotels in the area too.
I think I heard it was impacting
so
hotels.
What do you do? I mean,
I don't know. It sounds like a pretty crappy situation.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
they better have been on the phone to get some porta johns for downtown Disney very, very quick.
That when you talk about that and talk about the hotels, it reminds me of a time that Teresa and I stayed at one of the hotels, I think the Hilton, right there by the convention center.
Uh-huh.
And we checked in late. It was every time I stay there. I've only stayed there a couple times, but every time is like a horrible experience. And we checked in, and it was probably 9-10 o'clock. And as we were checking in, they said, "Oh, just so you know, they're working on the water line. You can't use the bathrooms or the sinks until about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning." And it's like, what? Like,
are you discounting my room for the night or what?
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder what time it had like gone down. Because if it happened like late in the night, how do you notify people that are sleeping that they can't get up in the middle of the night and use the restroom?
Well, you can once.
They'll figure it out as soon as they flush the toilet. It doesn't refill. Like Jason said, you get one shot.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would refill the first time, right? Because there's water in the tank.
Well,
I guess it would flush.
It would
flush.
flush.
The tank, it would flush. Yeah, and then it wouldn't.
It would
fill.
flush,
It would
and then
flush, but then not fill.
your water would be gone. So, yep.
Yep. Sounds like a pretty crappy situation.
Yes, it does. So I think that's all the news I had from Disneyland that I put up there. So I'll let whoever put the next stuff up take it away.
Well, while we're talking about bathrooms, should I share the one that I put up?
Sure.
In regards to bathrooms?
Sure. I thought that was a joke to the one that I put, like, "Hey, come to Disney World. We have bathrooms." You know, I didn't know what was going on.
No, I saw an article come out from Disney World that they at Disney World have added something free to the restrooms, specifically the women's restrooms. There are now free feminine hygiene products in all Walt Disney World Park restrooms. Now, I guess previously you could get free feminine hygiene products at the resort, like the hotel restrooms, public restrooms at the hotels, but not in the park. So now this has been added into the parks. According to the article I read, it is all restrooms, all female restrooms across the parks. So, and they're free. You don't have to pay for them. If you need a pad or a tampon, head to the bathroom. You should be able to find one.
All right.
So I
thank
figured
you,
that
Cody.
was important news. You're welcome.
Yes.
That is
We
important news.
appreciate that riveting news.
I wasn't going to go to Disney World until I heard about that. So, all right, what else you got?
And now we'll be reviewing the movie Turning Red.
It's coming up.
Not for a couple more episodes.
Oh yeah,
That
a couple
would've been funny
more
if this-
episodes.
If that had lined up on the same
Yeah,
week.
you should
that
have
would've been funny.
saved that one. You should have saved that.
I heard about a month ago that Walt Disney World was giving away. Speaking of that. All right.
Funny. Okay. Something new. I don't know if you guys had heard this, but apparently the Walt Disney Company and Kraft Heinz have announced a landmark alliance.
A landmark alliance? What exactly is a landmark alliance?
Paramount, I guess. I don't know. Monstrous proportion.
Epic proportions.
Yeah. Uniting the iconic companies across food, media, and experiences. I've got a short. Well, it's not exactly short, but let me just kind of paraphrase.
How long can
some
an
of the
article be about
important
Heinz?
Details. Let's see. Long-term, multi-year strategic alliance bringing together the two of the world's most iconic companies, according to this article. The enterprise-wide alliance spans food service, media, events, and more, creating a platform for innovation and storytelling that reaches families wherever they engage with Disney and Kraft Heinz brands, both in parks and cruises, and at home. The alliance will show up across Disney's North America parks and resorts, Disney Cruise Line, and Disney Studios and streaming platforms, and creates opportunities involving Disney's iconic franchises. Let's see. Bringing familiar favorites to settings as iconic as Main Street USA and the adventure, and as adventurous as Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The Alliance will introduce new menu items, guest experiences, and product offerings at hundreds of dining locations throughout Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland Resort, and on Disney Cruise Line.
James looks confused.
One more thing before you ask questions.
Yes, please.
It says, additionally, Heinz will delight fans at D23, the Ultimate Fan Event, on August 14th, 15th, and 16th.
That's a
with
joke,
new
right?
sauces from their sauce vault.
New sauces from their sauce vault.
So I guess you can go on a sauce tasting at D23.
I didn't see that in the panel reservations. Hopefully, it's just standby.
They do have a booth. I was looking at that, something we'll talk about later, but the map for the show floor came out, and there is a booth for Heinz.
I mean, when we talk about great American companies, you think of Disney and Chevy and Ford. I mean, I like Heinz products, but I don't think Heinz is a great American company. I mean, whoever wrote that article was pretty high on them. So, but yeah, I'd be interested to see the sauce vault.
I don't understand how this is worth a big, huge. Like I clicked on the link. I mean, it's a 4-minute read. You read most of the stuff. The one thing that I wish you would have read, but you skipped past it, was the collaboration enables Disney and Kraft Heinz to deliver new menu offerings. Really?
Oh, he read it. Yeah.
Like, did he read that part? I didn't hear him read that part. I thought
I was
the franchises and then skipped to the bottom.
I was curious
paragraph.
what these new menu items will be. Is it just new sauces on stuff? So you can get some chicken tenders with some new special Heinz sauce or something.
Now instead of it just saying it comes with ketchup, it'll say it comes with Heinz ketchup.
Yeah.
And instead of saying macaroni and cheese, it'll say Kraft macaroni and cheese, which I'm pretty sure they've already been serving Kraft macaroni and cheese, and I'm pretty sure they've already had Heinz ketchup and the Heinz products.
I've never paid attention to
Disneyland.
what brand
I'm almost positive that it's already been Heinz, but
the only, I feel like the chimichangas, they changed the hot sauce at one point, and I noticed that.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever noticed what kind
we
of
need to do
that.
A special interview at this Heinz booth. We need to go talk to him, find out what's going on. Yeah.
I'll bring my camera.
There you go.
Yeah, bring your camera. Let's see if we can get in there after hours and break into the sauce vault.
Here I am eating some ketchup at D23.
I'm excited for all the new menu offerings. It's ketchup. It's just ketchup.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing ketchup and mayo and mustard and all of like the festivals at DCA now. Everything's going to be made with Heinz mayonnaise.
Yep.
There you go. It's just silly.
It's a great story. It's a great story, Cody. Good job.
Yes, I'm not sorry, Cody. I'm not saying my comments are not directed towards you personally, Cody. No, I apologize. Especially, I don't want you.
I just thought it was interesting because but I mean, I agree with you. It seems like an interesting thing to highlight in such a way that they are.
Right.
It would be nice if they actually make some fry sauce. I would be excited about that because I do always have to mix my own ketchup and mayo.
Yeah.
My question is, why do you want to dilute your ketchup with mayonnaise?
Because it's delicious.
Is ketchup too strong for you? You got to weaken it by adding flavorless mayonnaise.
No, it just gives it a whole nother flavor. Come on, you're the one living in Utah.
A whole nother flavor. You mean lack of flavor?
You're the one living in Utah.
Has no flavor.
You're living in the
It's a lubricant. It's a moisturizer.
You're in the land of fry sauce.
Yeah,
and I don't consume it because it's weakened ketchup. Give me the full strength stuff.
Oh my goodness. Me ketchup. It's a different sauce.
Have you ever mixed
It's a new menu offering.
Yeah, from the vault. Have you ever mixed ketchup and mustard, Cody?
Well, they have basically Heinz makes it. They have like these twisted. They have it on the shelves already. It's called Mayo Chup, and it's made by Heinz.
Or you can just make your own.
That's all fry sauce is. Now you can get fancy with it depending on your ratios, and maybe some people will throw a little garlic powder in there or something. But
at the parks, it's 3 packets ketchup to 1 packet mayonnaise. That's the correct ratio.
So you diluted your ketchup at that point.
You're just giving ketchup a little extra
just give it a
coloring.
little
You
boost.
ain't giving it extra nothing.
Oh no,
You're
you're
taking
giving it
away
a
from
boost.
it.
Cody, are you
You're-
not a mayonnaise fan?
No,
I
I'm not.
did not know about you.
Nope. I won't use mayonnaise.
Never.
At all?
What's the point? It has no flavor.
Well, then why not eat it?
Yeah.
So if you order a sandwich, do you get it without mayo? If you order a hamburger,
if there's
If
a
it's there,
sandwich that
you'll eat it?
happens that I won't put mayo on my burger. No. What's the point? I'll just put ketchup on it. And I'll use Miracle Whip because Miracle Whip has flavor.
Miracle was disgusting.
that is gross. Miracle Whip is gross.
I'm sorry that flavor grosses you out, that you'd rather have bland oil.
I do
whipped
use
oil.
I do use avocado oil, whatever mayo,
At least that gives it a little bit of flavor.
and it's healthier. Because mayo is not really all that healthy, I don't believe.
You know what? It's like egg whites and oil, right?
Yeah. Cody called it a lubricant. I thought that was kind of strange.
It's I mean, it's oil.
That's why,
It's
maybe
largely
that's why
oil.
he doesn't like mayo. He had a bad experience.
There is, it's filler. There's nothing. There's no substance to mayonnaise.
Oh my goodness!
It's a binder. It's not a
How
flavor
have we been
enhancer.
talking for 50 minutes?
All right, let's move on. What else you got, Cody, on there? I see you got a couple tours in there. You can kind of combine them. Or was that
wasn't
James?
me. That wasn't me.
That
Oh,
was
there you
me.
go. There you go,
That was
James.
me. Is it my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or do you want to talk about your live stream first, Cody? That you got invited to that Jason and I did not get invited to.
Well, yeah. I think anybody's. It's a live stream, so I think anyone can tune into the live stream. But I got an email earlier this week saying, "Hey, Disney Cruise Line is doing a promotional, press thing on October 7th on a sailing on the Disney Wish, and on that particular sailing." That spans like 3 days, October 7th being one of those days. They're doing a reveal, a press event for a reveal of the upcoming ship, the Disney Believe, which will also be live streamed, and I'm sure it'll be on YouTube or Disney Plus, and anybody could watch it, the live stream. But they're like, hey, book a cabin if you want to be there in person for this press release or this reveal, this press event. And I clicked the link and I was just looking. I was like, oh, what would the cost be? And the cost was reasonable for a Disney cruise, right? For on the Wish for 3 or 4 nights, whatever it was, in October. It didn't really seem like it was being upcharged or anything like that. They had a few rooms available. There weren't a lot of rooms available. So it seems like they just picked this sailing. They said, okay, we're going to do it on here. And then they're trying to fill the remaining rooms that they have, trying to entice people that want to attend this press event. I'm sure some people are actually being invited and being hosted by Disney and Disney Cruise Line to attend the event as a guest. As much as I would like that to have been the email I got, that was not the email I got. I got the email that says, hey, if you want to pay to be here, here's the link to book. I was not invited by Disney, but I thought it was interesting. I was curious maybe who else had gotten this email. And then Jason had said, well, maybe it's because you've booked a Disney cruise, you're on their mailing list.
Yeah, because I didn't get one.
It's like, that probably makes sense. I felt special for about half a second. And then
Well, you are. You're on the mailing list. That's special.
Yeah. Neither one of us got the email.
it's true.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's if you're interested in getting a reveal or kind of like a first look at what can be expected on the upcoming ship, the Disney Believe, tune in to the live stream on October 7th. I'm sure as we get closer to October 7th, they will be a little bit more forward about where to access the live stream and such. But yeah, that's
Cool.
that.
Cool. So the last two things on there for Disney Parks and Experiences is I just noticed this week that they announced a couple tours coming back to Disneyland. Neither one of them is new, but the Happiest Haunts tour coming back starting August 21st. You can start booking that today, July 30th. It lasts 2 hours, goes through both DCA and Disneyland. It's $130 a person. I believe that Jason and I have both done this one in the past. I'm not sure. Cody, have you done this one? The Happiest Haunts tour at any point?
No, I've not done the Happiest Haunts tour. The only tour that I've done is the Walk and Walt's Footsteps tour. And when I did the tour, it did not include Walt's apartment. It included the Dream Suite above Pirates of the Caribbean.
Gotcha. So Happiest Haunts, I think it was definitely a good one. Jason, I think you liked it. We talked about it on one of our episodes before. And speaking of Walk in Walt's Footsteps, that is the second one that they said is going to be coming back. It will start August 14th. I believe you can start reserving it now. That one is $170 a person. That one has had a couple different versions of it over the years. They even did one where it was like a Walk in Walt's Footsteps down Main Street tour or something like that. That was very much an abbreviated one. The current one does go into Walt's apartment there above the firehouse. And this one, they're saying that it actually is going to start over in DCA. So they're going to go over there and kind of talk about early Walt Disney, since that's kind of what's the theme over there at DCA. So it'll start over there, then it'll come over to Disneyland, and it will ultimately end in the apartment where you can take photos. So that is one that I've done a few times, actually. The first time I think was back when they were celebrating the 50th. So that was quite a while ago. I guess that was over 20 years ago, huh? That one was fun. I think at that point we went to the entrance of Club 33, and they showed us the elevator that goes up there. So
they didn't let you inside, huh?
They did not let you inside. No, we got to be. So it was the old entrance to Club 33 because they've since moved the entrance a little bit further down, down the aisleway there.
They shut off the Court of Dreams or whatever it was called.
Yeah, exactly. So
which was a cool photo spot that I miss.
Yeah. So when we did that tour 20 years ago, we were able to go in that initial door, and there's a glass elevator that goes upstairs, and they let us stand on the stairs that you would take to go up to Club 33 and take pictures. Exactly.
Look at you peasants paid $100 for this tour, but this is as far as you go.
This is as close as you're getting. So I should have just ran up the stairs.
What are they going to do?
Never let you back in again.
That's true.
For life. So
I have not taken that tour, which is one I would love to take, because I would love to go up into the apartment. I do remember Cody talking about the tour once. I think, did you take it with Tyler?
No, I did not. No, I went with my dad.
Okay, because I remember you mentioning you were like in the back of the tour, and some of the things the tour guy was saying was like you were correcting in your head because he had a little bit of misinformation. So
yeah, there were just a couple of things that he was like 90% on rather than like 100%. And I think he was new, right? Because I do think that I don't think they let anybody be a tour guide or a plaid, right?
I would love to be a tour guide. I don't want to be a plaid. I don't want to take around famous people and carry their bags and crap.
Do you
and
think
watch
it's
their kids
separate, or do you think you get?
I think it's all in the same section. I don't know if you get rotated in. I wouldn't mind giving the tours to people, passing on information. But and I'm pretty sure they go by a pretty strict script. I think they can deviate a little, throw in their own personality, but I think they try to. And they try to make it as factual as possible. But even back in the day, Disney had some information they would pass on that was more myth than facts. I'm sure at one point they said the hearse or the hearse at Haunted Mansion was used to carry Brigham Young, but that's not really the case.
you still hear people talking about that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the marker near the castle was supposed to be the center of it. It's not. It
never was.
No. So yeah, I'm sure there's been some myth passed along throughout the history of the company. Did the story is Walt Disney came up with the idea of Mickey Mouse and the train ride home from New York after they screwed him out of Oswald, but yeah, is that true? It's debatable, but the company uses that because it's a very cool story. So, but so I'm sure there's some legend and myth, some lore. We just watched Onward, so we know a little about lore. That isn't entirely true, but makes up a good story. So,
Speaking of like that story of Walt, coming up with the idea of Mickey on that train ride back from New York. You remember probably at least a couple years ago now where we watched and like reviewed, talked about that like History Channel show, like, companies that built America or whatever.
right.
And they did like however many episodes it was, 4, 6, whatever it was about Disney, right? That's now on Disney Plus. So for us that bought it so we could watch it 2 years ago, it's now
there
on
right.
Disney Plus to stream.
All right. All right.
Cool.
So I'm excited to hear. I was looking at these notes, and under television and movies, there's one that says James is getting super annoyed with Disney Plus. Exclamation point. I was like, what is going on? I didn't want to ask because I wanted to hear it here.
Oh my goodness.
But what is going on, James?
So the last couple times I've been out of town, whether it be for our river trip back in April or this last week, we went camping up at Panguitch Lake. Both times you're off the grid. You don't have any cell service. So I brought Starlink both times, and both times I had the same issue. And it like drives me freaking nuts. Like, I know that I'm going to be off the grid. So I plan for it in advance. I download the movies that I want to watch. And like for this one, I wanted to watch Soul again while I was up there last week. I wanted to watch Luca. So downloaded them. Same time in April, did the same thing. And when I go to watch them, then later on, because in order for me to have Starlink, I have to have my generator running. And I'm usually going to watch a movie after we go to bed. And so the generator gets turned off. And then I go and climb into bed. And this happened to me at the river. And I go to turn on the movie, and it gives me the sign-in screen. And it's like, you need to sign in to your account. And it's like, what are you talking about? I was just signed in an hour ago. Like, I signed in a little bit ago. And like, it did it to me on day one of the river. And so I was like, okay. And of course, since there's no internet connection, I can't sign in. Since I can't sign in, I can't access any of the downloaded movies because it doesn't know that I'm actually the account holder. So I remember like the first night at the river, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous. So the second night, I went ahead and I signed in, because I was using my iPad mini because I want a little bit bigger screen. And I think I was trying to watch Coco. As a matter of fact, I know I was trying to watch Coco. So I go in the second night and I do this to make it a little bit easier. Before we turn the generator off, I go, okay, let me sign into Disney Plus. Okay, it's there. Okay, I see the downloaded movie. Okay, everything's fine. Great. Close the iPad, turn off the generator, brush my teeth, get ready for bed, hop into bed, turn on the iPad, and you need to sign into your account. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I was just signed in less than an hour ago.
Does it sign you out because it loses signal?
I have no idea. By the third night, like, I don't know, because the third night it let me watch it. So it would seem like if that were the case, but it also, if it signs you out because you lose signal, what's the point of downloading the movies?
Right.
Because you're downloading the movies so that you can watch them when you don't have signal. Right. But if you lose signal and it automatically signs you out and won't let you sign in, why would I ever need to download a movie? I could just always stream it if it's going to require me to have a signal signed in. And so this last weekend, I was just so freaking irritated because I actually didn't download the movies before I got up there, and I had Starlink on, and I was like, okay, let me sign into Disney Plus, let me download the movies. And now it's been a few months, right? April, May, June, July, it's been three and a half months. And I download both the movies and I'm signed in, and sure enough, I turn off the generator. I get into bed and it's like, you need to sign in. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is so freaking annoying. It has just happened too many times. And so I think I immediately The next day when I had service, this is kind of what I was referring to, that is great to have this document because whenever we have random thoughts, we can put it on there. And the next day when I turned on the Starlink, that was the first thought that I put onto this document was James is getting super annoyed with Disney Plus.
That's kind of weird.
I don't understand why it signs me out. Like, I understand Disney in general signs you out of their different apps, right? Like, it's not unusual to sign into Disneyland and say, okay, I want to make a reservation, and you get all the way to the end of the reservation and it says you need to sign in to continue. Like, it's not unusual. Disney does that across the board on so many different things.
Trying to get D23 tickets and you get to the end, it's like, oh, you got to sign in. Oh, crap.
Yeah. But the fact that it's happened to me multiple times on 2 separate trips, multiple days on these 2 separate trips, is just annoying as heck, because I'm sitting there in bed thinking I'm going to watch a movie for the next 2 hours, and then that stupid sign-in screen comes on, and it's like, I just don't understand. So there's my rant. I apologize.
That's strange, because I've downloaded stuff when I know I'm going to be off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I
going on a plane or something, you want to watch a movie on the plane,
right? But I've never had that issue. I can't even tell you the last time I've had to sign into Disney Plus.
Yeah, I've had to sign in
do it with the Disneyland app, the Disney Cruise Line app, and the Walt Disney World app.
And D23, I have to do it quite often.
All the time.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you the last time I've had to do it for Disney Plus. So that's interesting. But yeah, that would be quite frustrating.
Oh, I was so mad. So mad. But anyways.
I think the rest are Cody's.
Yeah, I guess so.
A couple new documentaries.
So yeah, on July 22nd, a few days ago, a couple of new documentaries were announced. One of them, which we kind of already knew was coming. We knew Leslie Iwerks was coming out with another documentary. That and that only, the fact that she was coming out with a new documentary, had already been announced. On July 22nd, they actually released like a trailer or a teaser, whatever you want to call it. And we got to see some clips, or at least a kind of curated look at it. And it's going to be called Disney World Builders. No release date on it. No, I didn't write it down, so I'm pretty sure it didn't say, just kind of like a coming soon type of deal. I do believe that there's a panel, I think maybe on Sunday at D23, where I assume she will be there and be talking about it, which is unfortunate that it's on Sunday because we won't be there on Sunday, and I would have actually really liked to have gone to that panel. But it does appear that this, it's called Disney World Builders, and it seems like it's focusing on Imagineers, or people that build themed lands, the theme parks, and environments and such. So I think Jason's trying to show us something.
I'm trying to find Sunday to see. New feature-length documentary from Leslie Iwerks, Sunday, 10:15 or 10.
And see, at that point,
10:35.
This schedule came out before the announcement of what it was going to be called. So apparently they didn't want to put Disney World Builders on the schedule, but I feel like they could have. That wouldn't have been the end of the world. But anyways, So yeah, Sunday morning there's going to be a panel at D23 talking about the upcoming documentary. So, and then there's a picture of me.
It came across my Facebook memories the other day, so I was like, I need to save that.
Maybe the three of us need to get some overalls and some striped T-shirts for D23. Maybe that's what our outfit needs to be.
Jordan, us three?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's still a Jackson, a Cully, and a Dodge.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. That's not a bad idea. That's a great picture.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that picture can never be recreated because that fountain is gone. That's a picture
we have to take a picture of them in front of another fountain.
There's another fountain in Toontown, though.
But it's different.
Yeah, but no, then we upload this photo and the other one with them dressed just like this. We feed them both into AI and say, go ahead and put the three of them in front of the older fountain.
There you go. Yeah, you could do that.
Recreated.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jordan's looking kind of shocked, like what's going on. Cody looks like he's eating something sour, maybe. And
No,
Tyler's
I'm like, what am I doing here?
almost like
What are you
pointing at
guys
the camera
doing?
too. And then
It's like
Tyler's
these guys.
kind of looking off. I think someone was trying to get his attention to make him smile, and he was looking at them. So, yeah, that's crazy. Long time ago.
Long time ago.
It's a great picture.
Probably about 25 years, give or take.
I want to say. See, I think it was on one. It was on one of our trips back from England. So it would have been between 97, which you guys were born in 97, to 2001. So it's probably 2000.
No.
You don't think so?
What year were you born, Cody?
97.
Are you
Tyler
just
was born
3?
in 98. I'm sorry, 96.
Are you 3 and he's only 4? I guess maybe that age.
Yeah, Jordan was born in 97, just a couple months after Cody.
Yeah, I guess maybe you could be 3 and 4 in that, huh? Yeah, I guess so.
It's
Yeah,
either
maybe so.
2000. It could be 2000. It could be the summer of. When did I come back from England? Oh, like 2002. It could be the summer of 2002. But then Tyler would be 5, right?
Yeah.
He's not old enough to be 5 there.
He doesn't look 5 in that picture. No.
No.
So could be 2001, maybe even 2000. So, all right, we got off track. Sorry, I distracted you.
Throwing up random pictures. You never know what Jason's going to pull out of the vault.
Yeah.
Him and Heinz. You never know what to expect.
never know in my soft vault. All right, what else you got, Cody, with documentaries? I did see this one. I didn't put it down, but you did. So
on the same day, it was also announced that coming to Disney Plus in 2027, there's going to be a new documentary about Julie Andrews.
Nice.
And that's pretty much all we know. That's all we got. We didn't get a trailer or a teaser. We got a picture of Julie Andrews that at first glance, I thought it was an announcement that she had passed.
you're like, no.
Just like the style of photo they used. And I was like, oh no. But no, they're announcing a documentary about Julie Andrews coming to Disney Plus in 2027.
Cody got scared because the title was Remembering Julie Andrews. He's like, oh no.
So if you're a fan of Julie Andrews, which I think most people are, Julie Andrews is great.
Who isn't?
Yeah. I mean, Sound of Music, Mary Poppins, Princess Diaries, and the list goes on and on.
The list goes on and on.
Yep.
So yes. Also, since we've last recorded, Avengers Doomsday went on pre-sale. Tickets for premium format, and I'm specifically I'm not saying IMAX because Avengers Doomsday will not be shown on any IMAX screen or theater anywhere, at least in this country, but I assume in general, because Dune Part 3 has exclusivity on IMAX theaters for its release, and Dune Part 3 and Avengers Doomsday are being released on the very same day.
That's
So that means, yeah, it is now Doomsday.
I think everyone should go see Dune 3 first and then wait to go see Avengers until out the next weekend. That would be a good plan. Give me and Cody a chance.
No. How about no?
Yeah. Where is it? I can't find it. There we go.
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
Oh, that's not the edited one.
Oops.
Close yours.
And it was announced, I don't know, a couple of months ago that Disney has come out with what they're calling Infinity Vision, which is large scale premium format. So, like Dolby Vision and kind of some of those other, upscale that formats and theaters have that are not specifically IMAX. Those are the tickets that went on sale. And as of whenever this article came out, when I got these figures, that the Avengers Doomsday pre-sale generated $16.5 million in July for a movie that's premiering in like 5 months from now.
That counts as the weekend opening, right? Because
It'll count in the final numbers, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I think that'll go the final numbers will have that incorporated into it. It's not in addition to.
Yeah, if for the opening weekend, it'll be included in there. So
we're already at 16.5 million and climbing.
Yeah.
So and I wrote a couple of kind of not caveats, but things to keep in mind in regards to that $16.5 million in ticket revenue. That was only for 1,000 theaters across the country in premium formats. And that is twice as many pre-sales than Deadpool and Wolverine saw in 2024. And that was across all formats.
Ooh.
So good news for James there. And another thing that I had on here that I wanted to mention, I think it was on our last episode, we were just talking about box office numbers, and we had said something like, it would be crazy, or I almost think somebody said impossible, or something to that effect.
I believe that was mentioned. Yes.
Yeah, like that it would practically be impossible for a film to make $1 billion in its opening weekend, right?
I feel like Jason might have said something like, it'd make $1 billion in its opening weekend, and then corrected himself and said, well, no, of course it didn't do it in its opening weekend, as if that was not possible.
Right. So something to that effect. Basically, the understanding was getting $1 billion in your opening weekend was, unheard of, theoretically impossible, whatnot. I have seen since that a movie has topped $1 billion in its opening weekend.
What movie?
It has been. Now that's worldwide, not just domestic, but worldwide. Does anybody want to take a guess on what that movie was?
An opening weekend?
Opening weekend. And I Googled it, so it's got to be true.
For worldwide.
Don't look it up yet until.
No.
I'm not looking it up.
I mean,
is looking at my phone, but I'm not looking.
Can you give me a time frame?
Sure.
I would
2019.
Was it the last? Was it Endgame?
It was Avengers Endgame.
It made $1 billion in opening weekend.
1.2 billion in its opening weekend globally.
No way. Really?
Yes.
I didn't think any movie.
Yes. If you Google how much did Avengers Doomsday make, or box office numbers, Avengers Doomsday opening weekend, 1.2 billion globally.
Well, I like what you said. I like your little blurb there about Deadpool and Wolverine, how the pre-sales, you've already announced that, right? Twice as many pre-sales than Deadpool and Wolverine across all formats. When I Googled what Deadpool and Wolverine made in its opening weekend, it did 211 million domestically and 444 million worldwide.
Okay. Now I'm showing the top 3 ever. I don't know if yours has this, Cody. Avengers Endgame, 1.22 billion opening weekend. That's domestic and global.
Yeah.
Runner up was Avengers Infinity War at half of that, 640 million.
Isn't that crazy?
And then Spider-Man No Way Home was 600 million.
Ooh. Now I have seen some people are saying that if Spider-Man could see close to 800 globally in its opening weekend. I'm seeing anywhere between 300 and 800, which is a wide window.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing anywhere between that it sounds like 300 is going to be a minimum on Spider-Man.
Sounds like my 295 million is very low.
Yeah, we did
very low.
We did make predictions. See. Yeah.
So Cody might be looking pretty good after this weekend.
Yeah.
And all he's going to do is add to it when the dog stars come out.
That's it. Since we're on.
Speaking of which,
go ahead.
Not about dog stars, but there was a trailer that was finally released for Whale Fall, which was the other movie I was contemplating taking. And I think I'm glad I took Dog Stars.
Nice.
I'll be interested to track how Whale Fall does on its opening weekend, but it almost looks kind of horror, but maybe more suspense thriller. But it's about a guy that gets eaten by a whale.
Interesting.
Like he's scuba diving or just diving or something. He's swimming and he gets swallowed by like a sperm whale. Like
is his name Geppetto?
I thought it was going to be Jonah.
So, but the trailer was like, oh, I think this movie is going to be a little intense. So it's giving horror vibes, or at least, suspense thriller for sure.
Right.
And I was like, okay, at least I think Dog Stars is going to be a little bit more approachable for people. The kind of a dystopian type movie, end of the world type movie. Those tend to do decent, I think. Maybe better than a guy getting swallowed by a whale. Right. But I thought that was interesting because, again, I kind of had no idea what either of these two movies were going to be when I picked them. So, anyways, I was just going to throw that out there real quick.
I did have two quick movie ones. Toy Story 5 did.
Well, hey, it's not on the document, pal.
Well, no, I just saw it today. So, Toy Story 5 did officially go over the $1 billion mark. Not $1 billion over the opening weekend, but total. It joined Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4 in the $1 billion club. Which now includes 63 different movies that have made over $1 billion. And I know I use Letterboxd to track movies that I watch, and there is there's a list you can follow that has all the $1 billion movies to see how many you've actually seen. So, it went over $1 billion. And then I don't know if you guys, I'm not into Comic-Con, but Marvel was at Comic-Con, Disney was at Comic-Con, and they had some new things announced. I'm not going to go too much into detail about them because I'm sure we are going to talk about them after D23 because I'm sure they will be part of the entertainment night. But they announced, they had an Avengers Doomsday panel, which I thought was kind of cool because Ryan Reynolds was at Comic-Con dressed as Deadpool, but in like a black outfit. And people were taking pictures of him and they didn't know it was Ryan Reynolds at the time. They just thought it was a guy in a Deadpool costume.
Well, more specifically, he was in it was gray, and it was made out of denim, and so you could say that he was dressed up as Jean Grey, which a lot of people are thinking Sadie Sink is Jean Grey in the new Spider-Man movie.
Gotcha. Okay. So, but yeah, he did interrupt the panel for Avengers Doomsday. Kind of had a little discussion. And then a couple other things. Cody sent us a thing for the all-new Ghost Rider coming out, starring Ryan Gosling, which is set to release in 2028. And then they had a Black Panther 3 reveal. They introduced David Johnson as the new Black Panther, and that's coming out December 15th of 2028. So I'm sure those things might be part of the panel at D23 too, because a lot of stuff that was at Comic-Con 2 years ago then made it over to D23.
Well, because it was at Comic-Con 2 years ago that they announced RDJ was coming back as Dr. Doom.
Right.
Which was a really big announcement. And I had seen people that went to Comic-Con were saying that they felt kind of disappointed with what Marvel had revealed at Comic-Con this year compared to 2 years ago. Okay. And so people are speculating if maybe there will be a bigger reveal at D23 this year, where Comic-Con, they did a big reveal 2 years ago at Comic-Con.
Right. Comic-Con, they threw out some nuggets, and they're saving the actual gold bars for the convention. So
that is the speculation now.
Yep. Makes sense.
Denzel's going to be in Black Panther 3?
Yes, so rumored? He says, and I know I think it was confirmed.
He's listed on IMDb. His character is not listed, but he is listed on there.
Yeah, I do believe that Ryan Coogler, the director, confirmed that Denzel himself has said it, and then the director confirmed it as well. So I don't know how big of a role he's going to have, but he's at least currently supposed to be in it.
All right.
That would be awesome. I love Denzel.
I do like Denzel. Because King Kong ain't got... I can't finish the quote because it's a family show. He's got some good roles.
So Ghost Rider, they've had a movie before, right? Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. Yeah,
there were two Nicolas Cage movies.
Speaking of Nicolas Cage, have you guys watched Spider Noir?
No, but I it's on my list of things to watch.
It's a good show.
Did you watch it?
I'm in the middle of watching
it. It's a show or it's a movie?
It's a TV. It's a TV
series.
Series. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Are you watching it in black and white or in color?
No, I got to watch it in color.
Oh, you're watching noir in color.
Yes, exactly.
Blasphemy.
Yes. Yes. They gave me the option, okay? It's not like I went through and colorized it myself. Jeez. You click on the left or you click on the right. I chose the color one.
What service is this on?
Amazon
It's
Prime.
Amazon.
Okay. I can watch it then.
I was trying to make it palatable for my wife to watch as well, and she's not going to sit there and watch it in black and white. I'm lucky she's even watching it with me at all.
Is that why you're pretty much dressed in black and white tonight? Are you trying to be unpalatable to your wife tonight?
All right, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about D23, and then we'll get to the movie Soul, and then we'll get out of here. So, Cody put all of these down. So,
not all of them. No,
you didn't?
Only ones that I put down were the hyperlinked ones.
Oh, okay. So, what's your panel? Oh, go ahead, James. You can talk about that.
Did I put the? Oh yeah, they just extended the panel selection, right?
Right, and it's over now.
It's over now,
Yeah.
but they were saying there were problems and glitches and stuff. So
many technical issues when people were trying to make their reservations for the panels.
Yes. Did either one of you experience any technical issues?
Not a single one.
Me either. So I feel like I didn't put a whole lot of thought into my panel selections. Even the night that they went on, I was like, I don't even know what I want to, like, we talked about it. I haven't thought about it. I went through and made some selections just to make some, but there's nothing that I'm like super like, oh, I really hope I get this one. You know what I mean? So that's why I put the next one to see like, what are some of the different panels we signed up for? I'm just kind of curious.
I've got mine. I can share mine. Is this mine or this is mine? I've got mine and Calvin's.
Okay.
I did select the Walt Disney 125 Years of Inspiration, even though that's the one I really want to see, but that does kind of go into the time we're trying to leave to get over to the Honda Center, because I think it starts at 5:30 or no, 4:30. No, it starts at. This one doesn't have the times, but this one does. Hold on. It was gonna make it tricky. Is that Friday? Yeah. It starts at 4:30, runs till 5:30, and they recommend you get over to the Honda Center 90 minutes prior to the start, which is 7. So that would be pushing it if I got it and if I go. I was thinking option 2, if it's pushing it, and I did want to go, maybe I just contact an Uber and Uber over there.
There you go.
Rather
Sounds
than
like
try to catch the shuttle, because that's one I do want to see. There are 5 guests, James. So if I happen to get it and I can't go, and I don't know, you guys can go because you're staying there, right? Possibly.
Yes.
Yeah. So I did get that one. I got Friday. I also got. Can I make this bigger so I can see it? Because it's a screenshot. Okay. I got Making Disney Magic.
With Ron Clements.
With Ron Clements, yep.
So, and you only get 4 choices per day, right?
Right.
Yeah, across the stage presentations, the Talent Central meetings or signings, and the show floor experiences.
Yeah, I think, Cody, it might have been you that was mentioning that last time we got to do 4 selections from each one, right?
Or at least 3. It was 3, maybe 4 per each of those 3 categories.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was surprised I had picked like my 4 stage show, because I think that was like the first thing that was like on the page or whatever, or show floor experiences. I picked my 4 there first, and then I went to go move on to the next section, and everything was grayed out for the day, for Friday, August 14th. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I kind of read the information a little bit more closely and realized that, oh no, I can only pick up to 4 for the 3 different options.
And if you want to do anything else, you got to go standby.
Right. And so I didn't do any of the show floor stuff because they claim there will be a standby. Well, there's a standby line for everything.
Yes.
But I figured the show floor stuff, just kind of like the walkthrough exhibits and things like that, it's like, I don't need to get a reservation for that. I'll just I'll just kind of walk in. So
Yeah, so I got that one. I got the Walt Disney. I got Magic, or Making Disney Magic with Ron Clements. I got Beauty and the Beast, A Tale as Old as Time, and then Houses Walt Built, the Walt Disney Family Museum, and that was Friday.
that
Saturday,
one's later in the evening too, isn't it?
yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't look at the time, but Disney Legends in Conversation for Saturday. Great Moments with Walt Disney. The Carolwood Foundation presents Walt's Barn, and then Floating Mountains, a conversation with Joe Rohde for Saturday. And then Calvin went on, selected some, and he did a couple different ones. He did the Pixar ball giveaway on Friday.
All right, we're all getting Pixar balls.
He did Ink and Paint at Disney Animation. Disney Music presents what's that? Oh, the
Art of the Score.
The Art of the Score. And then in the Talent Central, Disney legend Eric Goldberg. He didn't have a Fourth Friday one, so I was like, do the Eric Goldberg one because I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got a signing with for Saturday, signing with Walt Disney Animation Studio filmmakers. Didn't say who was going to be there, I don't think, but
no, it didn't. So I just wonder if they're like rotating people in and out.
Could be, yeah. So I figure if it's a signing, yeah, I'll take it. He likes Kingdom Hearts, so he got a stage presentation, deep dive into Kingdom Hearts, and then he didn't know what else to pick, so I was like, well, pick the Pete Docter one, because if I can get something signed by Pete Docter, that'll be cool. And then he did see Phineas and Ferb. There's I guess maybe those are
Dan Povenmire and Swampy
Marsh. So he liked Phineas and Ferb, so he went ahead and got that one. So
yeah, Phineas and Ferb was cool.
Yeah. So those are the ones we got. See if we get any of them. I don't know with them limiting it to 4. If you're guaranteed to get 1 or 2, like Cody said in the past, he's put in for some and got none. So
I have never once received any of the panels that I've put in for or anything else. The only thing I've ever gotten, and it was only once out of the last 2 D23s, was a Pixar ball giveaway. And I was so pissed about it that I didn't even go. I was like,
yeah, that is crazy. You should.
And that was like my first year I didn't really know what anything was, so
right.
I didn't really know what I was signing up for, even though it says Pixar ball giveaway, but
yeah. So those are mine. I don't know if you guys want to share yours.
I can share mine.
We might have got some doubles, but that's just gives us double the chance to get it. So
well, and then like at least on Friday, it's a total of 6 people.
Right.
It's you plus 5 guests, and on Friday we're gonna have 7.
Yeah.
So, James, did you want to share yours, or did you want me to go first?
I'll share mine. For both Friday and Saturday, I did the show floor experiences, the Joe Rohde signing, because
I
wouldn't mind getting something signed by him. So
and that one you have to purchase his book, right?
Yes,
probably.
Okay.
Which I don't mind. I'm sure that sounds about right, which I'd be willing to do. And I don't know if I'd be able to get a picture with him, but that would be really cool. But for sure, a signing, that would be awesome. For Friday, the stage presentations, I think the same ones, a couple overlap for Jason. I did do the Walt Disney 125 Years of Inspiration and also the houses that Walt built. Talk about the Walt Disney Family Museum. So both of those I think would be interesting. And then in Talent Central, I did the former Imagineer Bob Wise signing his new book. So I think that would be kind of cool as well. Saturday, like I said, the show floor experience, Joe Rohde again. I just put in for both days because I think that'd be really cool to meet him. Stage presentations, I put the Disney Legends in Conversation. Did you say you chose that one, Jason?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about that a little bit on the last episode, that we're not really sure what that is, but we're thinking it's kind of a panel with the different ones that are getting nominated or inducted in his
a little more
Legends,
intimate than them being on the stage at the Heinz Center. So
yeah. And I don't know, did we know last time that Bob Iger's getting made? Yeah, we did know that. Okay.
We discussed it when it was announced because we thought you're on mute, Cody.
Yeah,
we thought maybe it was a little. We thought maybe it was a little early, in my opinion.
Gotcha. I was probably sleeping at that point in the episode, or eating M&Ms, or going to the bathroom.
Because that's what we had that whole conversation
maybe
about.
All three.
What's his name? The CEO before Bob. Why am I blanking his name?
Michael Eisner.
Michael Eisner. We talked about him.
Right. I do remember that.
Because around the time of the announcement, he had done an interview too. Not necessarily.
That's right. I remember
bashing that he wasn't a legend, but he was in the news around that time.
Yeah.
So
So Disney Legends in Conversation was my second pick for Saturday. I also did Great Moments with Walt Disney as my third pick. And then my fourth pick also, which I think you said was one of Calvin's, was the Pete Doctor signing. So
yeah, he just chose that one because he needed one, and I was like, that would be cool to get his.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know with so many people if they'll do pictures if you do a signing, but
if anything, they're sitting at the table. Maybe you turn around and you do a quick selfie, and he's in the picture with you. So
yeah. That's probably, if you're allowed to do that, that's probably what it would be.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I can share mine. These are the ones I did on Friday and Saturday. I also did the Joe Rohde signing because I love Joe Rohde. I really love Animal Kingdom Park as a whole, and he was kind of like the lead guy on all of Animal Kingdom, and so I think it would be really cool to meet him. I'll probably buy his book regardless. So if I can get it signed by him, and this is going to be the earliest opportunity to buy his book as well. Right. So as far as the stage presentations go on Friday, I did Disney Music Presents The Art of the Score because I thought that would be really interesting. I do like music scores and stuff like that. I did the ink and paint demonstration, which is later. That's kind of, I think it ends at maybe like 5:30 or 6. So that one's getting a little close on having to get over to the Honda Center. And then I also did Your Dream, Your Valley, Disney Dreamlight Valley. That's a video game as well. I think when we were talking about the schedule that had been released last episode, you or James mentioned, I don't even know what Dreamlight Valley is, but yeah, it's a video game that I've played. I haven't played it in a while, but they're still putting out a lot of new content for it. It's a very popular game, and so I think it could be cool to check that out. One of the panels I went to, the first D23 that I went to in 2022 was just like a Disney Marvel video game panel, and so just kind of like all the video games under being produced with Disney IPs. They were talking about it. I got a bunch of cool posters from like all of those video games, and they passed out like a roll of like a poster tubes that had like the 10 different posters in it as you were leaving that panel. And in, I think, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 10 of those tubes, there was like a ticket in it. And if you got one that had a ticket in it, you won like a free PlayStation or an Xbox. And so when everybody was getting out of the panel, everyone's opening up their poster tubes and trying to see if they had a ticket in it. It was pretty cool. Needless to say, I didn't come home with a new PlayStation or an Xbox, but it was a cool panel. So I was like, oh, this Disney Dreamlight Valley one could be kind of cool as well. On Saturday, I also did the Floating Mountains, a conversation with Joe Rohde, because again, I really like Joe Rohde. If I can meet him, if I can go to his panel, I think that would be great. And I did Zootopia, 10 Years in the Mammal Metropolis. I thought Zootopia was a great film, and I think it could be cool that they're celebrating 10 years of Zootopia. To go to a panel, I imagine Jennifer Goodwin would be there. She voiced Judy Hopps. I imagine
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman will be there. I love Jason Bateman. And whoever else is involved in the project, probably the director and maybe some other of the voice actors. So I think that could be a cool panel if I get reservations for that. And then the Disney Legends in Conversation as well for that day. So I had thought about some of the signings, but it's just like, I never do anything with the posters I get. Pete Docter was signing like the Pixar 40th artwork poster. And it's like, yeah, I'd like to meet Pete Docter. And if I had his signature, I wouldn't get rid of the poster or anything, but it's just like, I collect these posters at D23, and then like a year and a half later, they're just like sitting around, and I throw them away because they're just posters that I get. They're not really like something I sought out. It's not like artwork that I intentionally bought or anything. So it's just like, I don't need him to sign some poster that I'm going to feel obligated to keep because he signed, which I would at that point. But
See, I I like the idea of getting things signed, but that's why I'm asking about that's why I'm asking the question about the pictures, because someday, not that I've met a lot of famous people, but there are some famous people that I've met that I've got their autographs and I've got pictures with them. And someday I would like to take those different pictures and put it next to, either cut the page out of the book that they signed, or if it's a poster, like you said, and it's signed, like put it into like a shadow box with the picture of me next to the person. I would like to do that and have those kind of around the house someday. Yeah. Like I said, not like I have a lot of them, but I would say I have, I don't know, 5, 6, 7.
There's that guy from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. I would have to get him to sign something.
You might run into him.
Yes. Yes. So, I have a good chance of running into him again someday. So
yes, those are the panels we all signed up for. We are officially 2 weeks away from all being in Anaheim together.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 weeks from today, we'll all be arriving.
Speaking of signing stuff, real quick, you should have Brianna bring out the picture of all of us at our wedding so we can sign it.
Brianna, you heard it. Bring the picture.
I'll bring the Sharpie.
Well, she won't be there when we're all there.
That's right. Have to mail it back to her.
Yeah,
I'd have to mail it back to her.
Yeah.
So, Jason, you and Calvin get tickets yet for Disneyland for D23 Day?
Not yet. I'm still deciding. I did update my reservation because I had it Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Your hotel reservation?
Yeah, my hotel reservation. Because that's what I originally got it for, because planning on staying till Monday. But when we didn't get tickets for Sunday, I was like, I need to do it. I did it through booking.com, so I had to go through booking to do it, and I tried it 2 times and it wouldn't do it, and then I tried it a third and I was able to. So basically what I did, I moved the Sunday reservation to Wednesday night, just in case I decide to get down there for Thursday. I just have to cancel it, I think, within 48 hours if I'm not going to use it.
Perfect.
So, I don't normally use Booking or Expedia. I normally just go straight to the hotel, so it's a lot easier to change things. But this time,
I think with this situation, because I also used Booking for my reservation for the Portofino, I don't think directly through the Portofino that their booking calendar was out that far.
It wasn't, because I looked at the reservations we made. I made them like August 27th of 2025.
Yeah, it's been like 11 months.
Yeah, and that's why we went through Booking, because they didn't have the hotel didn't have the calendar out that far, but Booking did.
Right.
So, yeah, because I remember we were on the road driving somewhere, and Marcia logged in and booked them while I was driving. I think texting you at the same time to let you know that we were getting them. So
yeah, I remember that.
So yeah. So I still, Calvin said he's good with it, and the tickets aren't bad. We wouldn't get the park hopper, so we couldn't ride Soarin'. We decided
just went to DCA.
Yeah, we didn't want to just go to DCA though. If we're going to choose one park, it's going to be Disneyland.
But there's that princess concert that night.
Yeah, but I'd rather go to I let him make the decision if we go. Yeah, there's more things we could do over at Disneyland.
Fair enough.
So, and the ticket wasn't bad. I think it was $111 for the day. So,
is that a military discount?
It's a military discounted ticket. Yeah,
that's not terrible. If you're gonna be there anyway,
right. So.
It's easier to get forgiveness than permission.
Oh, Marcia asked me tonight if, because Kaylee was here, she goes, so are you going to Disney? I was like, she said, I don't think he's going. And then she looked over at me and she goes, well, maybe he is going.
That sounds like permission.
Yeah. I mean, she already knew we had considered it, and she's cool with it, because she also said, hey, if you do go into Disneyland, I have a few things I need you to look for, because you're driving, right? I was like, yep. She goes, okay, so you don't have to pack anything. You can just throw it in the car and bring it back. There's a few things she saw with merchandise that if it's there, she would like. So there you go. I think the rest was Cody, right? Did you want to touch real quick on the shopping and the show floor and all that?
Sure. I don't have to get too far into it just based on our timing, but it was announced how shopping was going to work and the different stores on the show floor that were going to be basically how to shop. Different ones that we're going to be utilizing virtual queues. So you've got what's being called D23 Marketplace, which I believe was 2 years ago, was that big one upstairs down the hall. That's what they called D23 Marketplace.
The crazy line.
Yeah, that's the one where you guys went outside onto the balcony and everything.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
That is going to be utilizing a virtual queue. And it was announced that this year virtual queues will open up at 6 a.m. Each day, and I believe again at 1 p.m., which is a lot better than it was 2 years ago, because 2 years ago that first virtual queue was at 4 a.m.
Yep, I remember that.
So, yes,
at least 6 or 6:30. You're probably already up getting ready.
Yeah. Well, and when I was up at 4 to get the virtual queues for us, at least Lucy and I, that first morning, there were people, because we stayed at the Clarion and we had a corner room facing the convention center, just lucked out that way. And there were already people kind of in that plaza waiting to get through that security checkpoint at the end of the kind of convention center plaza outside there.
Right.
There were people already waiting in line there. So, that'll be using a virtual queue. You're going to have a lot of different collections and stuff at that one. There's also going to be a separate store called D23 Marketplace Pin Store, and then another one called D23 Marketplace Photo Booths and Medallions. And it says that's the home to personalized products and event exclusive medallions. And I'm not sure if that's like these kind of medallions. It's not really specific, but this is the only thing that comes to mind when I think of medallions and Disney at this point. So, it will be using virtual queue, standby option after all the groups have been called. And then what's interesting is starting on Monday, August 17th at 8 a.m. Pacific time, select merchandise sold at D23 will be available on Disneystore.com. So I guess whatever they have left will be available online to anybody. The next store, if you will, is the Disney Store. This one is going to be interesting this year. You're going to find collections for Disney and Formula One, Blooms by Disney, Disney Store exclusive plushes, and a bunch of other stuff. What's interesting about this one, and I'm trying to see, they're going to be giving away a free event exclusive. This is okay. So this one's interesting because it's not using a virtual queue. It says fans will be able to access Disney Store via standby queue. The Disney Store booth will have a QR code where fans can scan to shop online and have products delivered directly to their homes via Disneystore.com. So you won't be walking out of this store at the convention with anything physical. You'll basically just add things to a cart online and they'll ship it to you, which maybe not a bad way to do it.
Nope.
So that was interesting. That's the first time that's happening at D23 that I'm aware of. Another store, which was, it's back for its second year. So 2 years ago, it was the first year of the Walt Disney Company store. 2 years ago, they had a lot of cool stuff at the Walt Disney Company store. They had like the Walt and Mickey statue, the partner statue, the Roy and Minnie park bench statue from Disney World, the water tower statue from the studio lot, a bunch of other really cool collections at the Walt Disney Company store. This year at the Walt Disney Company store, they're going to have a collection inspired by Walt's office. There's going to be a briefcase, a mug, some shirts. There's a shirt that has a can of chili on it with the recipe for Walt's chili on the back. It's also the Walt Disney Company stores where you're going to find the D23 Ultimate Disney Fan Event official collection merchandise. So if you want D23 Expo basically merch, it's going to be at the Walt Disney Company store. You will need a virtual queue to get into the Walt Disney Company store. Again, once all the groups have been called, they'll open it up to standby, but you never know how long it's going to take for them to get through those groups. So if you want into these stores, get a virtual queue if you can. Mickey's of Glendale is coming back. Again, virtual queue required for that one again. Mickey's of Glendale is Walt Disney Imagineering. It's kind of their collections of stuff. I've never been overly impressed by some of the stuff. Like they'll usually have a T-shirt with like the name of like the pavilion that they have out on the show floor for the parks and stuff. And I've gotten that a couple of times, but their sizes always seem to run small. Like I'd have to get like a 3X for it to like barely fit. And it's like, I never buy, that large of a shirt, but so I found their sizing and just kind of the material of the products to be a little strange. And so
that was a jerk thing to say. I'd never buy that large of a shirt.
Well,
Holy
I'm just saying,
cow. As I'm sitting here wearing a 3X shirt.
not to be demeaning, but it's like the sizing was just very weird at that store compared to anywhere else. Everything seemed to just run small. That's all I was trying to say.
Never wear that size shirt. Holy cow.
That's not what I was saying.
I know, I'm just playing.
Walt Disney Imagineering also came out with their own like new clothing line that was just announced recently called Disney.YNSD, which I presume is pronounced Yensid, just missing a couple of letters, right? And it's this clothing line, and the stuff that they've revealed is, I guess, supposed to be inspired by the carpet in the Haunted Mansion or like a rug in the Haunted Mansion. I don't think any of it looks all that great. That's just me. There's a couple of articles about it online. Disney Store Hollywood, again, virtual queue. It's primarily a pin store, but I guess they have a few clothing items this year, and it's a collection featuring the El Capitan Theater. So if you want some El Capitan Theater shirt or Spirit jersey, that's going to be available at Disney Studio Store Hollywood.
I like that shirt. I would get that shirt.
The T-shirt or the Spirit jersey?
The T-shirt. The Spirit jersey is pretty cool, but I know the Spirit jersey is going to be over $80, so I'd rather just get the T-shirt.
And Disney Publishing, their booth this year is called Books and Brew. It's where you can find all of your books, like Floating Mountains by Joe Rohde. I guess Joffrey's Coffee is also going to be in there, and they're having a sip and shop experience, so you can get your coffee and your book. And I guess they're creating like a little kind of coffee shop area. And the Disney Experiences auction, you can get a virtual queue to go in and see some of the stuff that they're actually going to be auctioning off on Sunday. So if you wanted to actually see the items ahead of time, there will be a booth on the show floor, and you can go check that out. So some of the places that I mentioned will also be doing mobile order. So like you still have to get the virtual queue. Once your group is called, you can go to that store, scan a code, add things to a cart, and then the team members will put your order together and you'll come back and pick it up. So I don't know. I like to see things in person. So I don't know because I plan on doing some shopping. I don't know if I will utilize the mobile order. I think it's a cool idea, but I like to look at things in person. So anyways, that's the shopping. And then I don't know how much we want to get into it, if we want to look at it at all, but the show floor map was released. And so now we know where things are located.
We can look at it between ourselves, but I don't think we need to talk about it. So,
and real quick, I'll mention D23 Fantastic Prizes. 2 years ago, they were doing a sweepstakes that had like 23 different prizes that you could go on every day and enter for about a month. They're doing that again now between July 23rd and August 23rd. You can go on once a day and put in for the different sweepstake prizes that you would like to win.
Cool.
So this time around, I'm putting in for all the ones that I want every day rather than just one a day like I did a couple of years ago at the beginning. So because I didn't realize you could put in for more than one a day. But you can put in for as many as you want.
Yep.
Each day.
So that's cool. So they'll be doing that again. Now, we talked about Dusty earlier. You talked about the show floor. Which booth does he have? Is it like a mice chat booth, or is he partnering with someone? Or
if you want to pull up that hyperlink, it's like the brown, like the reddish brown section, about 2/3 to the left.
Okay, 2/3 to the left. I'm looking at. Let me see. I see Pandora.
So below, like directly below Pandora.
Okay.
You got to zoom in quite a bit, but C1 is the Santa Fe and Disneyland Railroad Retlaw.
I see that. And then below that's the Family Museum.
And then below that is the Walt Disney 125 Years of Inspiration. And then below that, C4, it says Mice Chat.
Nice. Right next to the Disney Legends photo spot.
Yes. And Dusty, I did talk to Dusty since we last recorded.
Did you talk to Dusty, or did you talk to Dusty's assistant?
No, I talked to Dusty. I talked to Dusty because I asked him. I said, I just asked him, "Are you going to be at D23?" And he says, "Yes, we're actually going to have a booth." He says, "We're right next to the Walt Disney Family Museum and the Disney Legends."
Nice.
So, and then that's I looked for it on the map here, C4 right there, and he did say that he was going to have some Disney Legends coming in and out at different times of the day. I guess probably just based on proximity. He's probably chummy with some of these people, and they're just going to be hanging out. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We can go see Dusty over at Mice Chat at C4, and then head around the corner to F4, and you can get your fry sauce at Heinz. Sounds like I'll have some hot dogs.
What?
Yeah, I was making a joke. I said maybe they'll have some hot dogs. You get some ketchup in a hot dog.
No, you don't put ketchup on a hot dog. The only acceptable condiment on a hot dog is mustard and chili.
Well, I put ketchup and mustard and relish.
No. Nope. Not allowed in this house.
Anyways, but yes, that is where Dusty will be. And there's a couple other interesting things. I saw on the map there's something called Saloon 64, and then it says Club 33 at D23. So I don't know if you're a Club 33 member, if that's like a lounge basically for Club 33 members. It's kind of what it sounds like, but
interesting.
I thought it was interesting, but yeah, there's the link to that for anybody that out of the three of us that wants to explore that further. So
yes, I'm exploring it right now. But also ready to move on.
All right. Is that all the news we got?
Well, somebody wanted to talk about the Clarion, and we know it wasn't me.
I was just looking through Facebook the other day, and one of the groups I'm in, Disneyland California Tips and Tricks, it just caught my eye because of the Clarion. And so I just thought I'd bring it up because I thought it was funny. I don't know if any of our listeners have ever had an experience like this, so I'm just going to talk about it real quick. The person that posted it, they were anonymous. They didn't post their name, which always drives me nuts in these things. If you're going to post, just put your name on there. I mean, come on. Anyways, it says, so they titled it Paranormal Experience. And then they said, this may be a strange question. Has anyone experienced paranormal activity at any hotels near the park or near Toy Story parking lot? One of our go-to hotels was the Clarion until we experienced some paranormal activity that didn't leave us with the urge to return. Asking because we are booking our next stay and I'm a little nervous for the experience.
Okay.
So just some of the comments someone put in there, I'm intrigued what happened. I don't know that they actually ever said what happened, But then someone else chimed in, yes, the Clarion is 100% haunted. The elevators are weird. The hallways are weird. The bar is weird. I felt it too. And then they made another comment saying weird, meaning the elevators made me physically sick. The hallways are heavy with energy. The bar was like the Overlook, which I believe the Overlook is referring to The Shining, right? Isn't that the hotel in The Shining?
That's the Estes Hotel.
Yeah, but is it?
Yeah. I think that's what it's named in the movie. Yeah,
that's what it's named in the movie and in the book. Someone else put on there, do you have video to share? I want to ask who you're going to call.
Ghostbusters.
Someone else put in there, definitely want to know what has happened. Let me see. Someone else said, we almost stayed there, never experienced any paranormal. And then someone else said, we stayed there July 9th through the 13th, and my boyfriend said he heard a little kid whisper in his ear in the middle of the night.
That's creepy.
Yeah, that is creepy. So anyways, that just caught my eye because of the fact that it's the Clarion. So yeah, and I don't know why as I searched through my photos, I just typed in Clarion and I have a picture that I saved from back in 2021. I don't know why, but it's from a post on Facebook that said that someone robbed their car at the Clarion. They had a cute 33 bag. The bag was hidden, but the thieves rummaged through our purse, and it shows a picture, and someone smashed their window and got into their car and stole their Club 33. So the Clarion does not appear. I mean, between the stories that Cody has told us, people being broken into from back in 2021, and now the paranormal activity, little kids whispering in people's ears in the middle of the night. I don't know. Clarion is not getting top stars at the moment. So,
and yet Brianna insists on still staying there.
I don't know if she'll still. Maybe I think she's. Yeah, I think she stayed there before. I mean, I know she stayed there before, but I think she stayed there recently. So, and by recently, I mean one of her last trips.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was my stuff for the Clarion.
I won't do it anymore. It's never been due to anything paranormal. I've explained numerous times my experiences.
Cody just likes to keep his property.
I do.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. What time? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's get through Soul pretty quickly, but still give it its due. So we skipped Soul last week. I don't want to skip it this week. If you've been following us,
I think we skipped it the week before too, didn't we? Isn't this like the third time
we skipped Onward once, and then we did Onward, and then we just didn't record, and then last week we skipped just the movie again.
Gotcha.
So if you've been with us for most of our time, since at least episode 50, we've done these movie reviews. We went through the whole Disney animated feature film catalog, and then we took a break from it for a while, and then we moved on to Pixar. That's where we currently are, and we are on the 23rd animated feature film from Pixar, which is Soul. Spoiler alert, if you have not seen it, it's been out for 6 years. What's your problem? Turn us off, turn us down, go watch Soul, and then come back and listen. But Soul is a Pixar Animation Studios 23rd feature film, like I said, released December 25th, 2020, straight to Disney+. That was during the height of the pandemic. It did later have a theatrical release. I think it was that one, Luca and Turning Red. I think they had special engagements in the theater, but not when it came out. Says here it's one of the studio's most introspective and philosophically ambitious. I can't
philosophically.
That's it. Philosophically,
I like ambitious, Jason's version better.
Ambitious productions, directed by Pete Docter, who hopefully have his autograph soon, and co-directed by Kent Powers. The film follows middle school band teacher and aspiring jazz pianist Joe Gardner, whose lifelong dream of performing professionally is interrupted by an unexpected accident. Finding himself separated from his body, Joe embarks on an extraordinary journey through the metaphysical realms known as the Great Before, the Great Beyond, where he encounters a reluctant soul named 22. Together, they discover that life's greatest purpose may not be found in a single achievement, but in appreciating the countless experiences that make life worth living. Blending imaginative fantasy with authentic depictions of New York City's jazz culture, Soul balances humor, emotion, and existential reflection in a way that appealed to both children and adults. Now, the film features Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey. Academy Award-winning score by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, and original jazz compositions by John Batiste. Upon its release on Disney Plus, like I said, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Soul did receive widespread critical acclaim for its storytelling, visual artistry, music, and thoughtful exploration of identity, ambition, and the meaning of fulfillment. It did go on to win the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature and Best Original Score, cementing its place as one of Pixar's most celebrated films of the 21st century. But what do you guys think? Was it one of the Pixar's most celebrated films? I'll let you guys go first. James, not his first time seeing it. I was with James the first time he saw it. We were in Dallas, Texas.
So it came out December 25th, and that was
Christmas Day.
Yes, 2020, right? So that
2020.
was 2020.
Yeah, 2020, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. So we were all together because
Premiere access on Disney Plus. You had to pay for it.
Yes, did you? I guess we paid for it. So we were at Robin Brooks' house.
That was the only way to watch it. Yeah,
I remember watching it. So I have seen it. And yeah, I really, as we were going through this and I'm trying to think of the movie, like I remember watching it, but I also remember it being kind of late. I remember being really tired. I'm a little well known for falling asleep during movies. It's dangerous when we're all together as family, falling asleep at all, because people like to take pictures of people that are falling asleep and then we all make fun of them later.
I want to say we didn't start watching it until after like 9:30.
Yeah, I feel like it was late. I think this might be one of the ones that Rob fell asleep before the movie started. Even like usually he gets a few minutes into it, but I feel like he fell asleep before the movie started. Not sure. Don't quote me on that, but
that was the only reason why James wasn't asleep yet, because he was the one taking pictures of Rob sleeping.
I remember. Well, most of the pictures are of me. I've had to start taking pictures to fight back at people. But anyways, don't want to derail this as we're already 2 hours into the episode. All I really remember about the movie is this is going to sound funny, but I really remember just trying to stay awake, like really focusing on, I don't want to fall asleep. And it probably had something to do with the fact that we were all together. Probably we paid for it. It sounds like we had to have paid for it in order to watch it, and not wanting to sleep through it. And I just remember being really tired, really concentrating on staying awake. And I just felt like it was just kind of a boring movie, and it took all the energy I had just to stay awake during it. So as we're getting close to this and getting ready to watch this movie again for this and do the review, I didn't have a whole lot of positive thoughts or memories about it. I just remember thinking, I just don't know too much about this movie. And as we started watching it, when we were getting close to recording, I had started watching it, and then I was running out of time, and I was enjoying the movie. But then it was like, oh, we're going to record tonight. It's 5:00. We're recording in 2 hours. I still got an hour and a half left. I'm at work. I've still got 30 minutes of work left, and then I got to get home. And I just remember trying to, I was glad that we pushed it off. And I was glad that we took a week off, because then I went up to the mountains, and then that's when I got real irritated because I was trying to watch it again up in the mountains. But I had a chance this week to finish it and really watch it. And I was really surprised at how much I really enjoyed this movie. Like, it's a really good, makes you think about life. And I really enjoyed it. I actually want to go through and sit down and watch this movie again, because it's like, I feel like me watching it so that we could review it. I feel it's a little disjointed because of the way that I watched it in different sections. And I really want to sit down and watch it again, because I really enjoy this movie. It's a great movie. It makes you feel, makes you question, what's important in life, and a reminder to stop and smell the roses, I guess, if you will, or
smell the pizza.
I was going to say stop and enjoy the pizza. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, like a lot more than I thought I was going to. I really had, like I said, not negative thoughts, I would say, but just not really good memories. Just remembering, I'm just trying to stay awake, and this is just kind of a boring movie, and So I was pleasantly surprised as I watched through this movie. I think the characters are great, and I just think the overall story is just a good one. So those are my thoughts.
All right. I've got similar thoughts, but I'll let Cody go first.
Yeah, Cody looks like he's about to rip me apart.
No, I'm not. I mean, you're totally entitled to your opinion. I remember the first time.
Did we hit record? No, I'm just kidding.
It's a little too late for that one.
No, it was in my notes here from last week, and I'm looking at them. So.
If,
All right.
If not, we're going to just stop and we'll try again another day.
Go ahead, Cody.
Yeah. I remember being disappointed the first time I watched this back when it was released in 2020. When it first came out, I was really excited for it. I was really anticipating that I was going to love this movie, that it was going to hit something in me. I was prepared for this movie to make me cry, just based on the promotion and just kind of like this kind of soul searching kind of aspect of the film, right? Like, you know, your purpose in life, or the way it's phrased in this movie, your spark, right? And I thought like, okay, this one's gonna hit something in me and I'm gonna feel this movie. I thought this movie was really going to move me emotionally. And you know, because in all the promotion, it was like, oh, from the creators that brought you Inside Out, right? Because that was like their last big hit or whatever. And I really enjoyed Inside Out. Inside Out did make me cry at the end of the movie.
You gave it 100.
I did give it a 100. When Riley comes home after kind of running away and she's embraced by her parents again, and that moment where sadness and joy come together, it gets me every time, right? I was expecting to have that kind of a moment with this movie, but more so, right? Just based on the way it was marketed and the promotion and everything. And I remember watching this movie for the first time, and I'm like, where is that moment? I don't know. I never felt it anywhere in that movie at any point. I never had that moment. And so I kind of wrote it off since then. To me, like, I watched it that first time and I just felt disappointed that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Not that it was a bad movie. It just wasn't what I had built it up to be, And that was largely my own fault. But I do feel that the marketing played a hand in that. So anyways, watching it again this time around, you know, I have those memories. I have those feelings going into it. But I watched it, and there are a lot of things in this movie that I really liked and I really enjoyed. I really like a lot of the concepts that are being illustrated or talked about in this movie. One of the things that I think Pixar in general does really well is taking, you know, grown up ideas or concepts and putting them into, you know, a family film, a children's film that makes it really digestible for everybody. Now, a lot of the concepts are going to go over kids' heads, but I think they are explained in a way that's really palatable, right? The idea of your spark and the kind of like the lost souls that, you know, when you're, you know, it's like the inverse of being in the zone, right? Like these souls kind of all go to the same place, but there's kind of like a positive and a negative side to kind of like being in the zone. And I liked that as a concept, right? These lost souls. And it's like, yeah, you know, this guy was like this hedge fund manager, and now he's just kind of like, you know, he's in this rut, and it's like all he can do is make the trade, you know. To me, it's illustrated so well, that concept, because I think a lot of people have felt that in their life at one point or another, and I think it's really interesting to see Pixar illustrate that in such a way that is so instantly recognizable. It's one of the things that I loved about Inside Out, and how they demonstrate and illustrate how these emotions work, right? So to me, a lot of that was present in this film with how they illustrated these concepts. But at no point while watching this movie, to me, the movie was just kind of like this the whole time. And the way I felt while watching the movie, I never felt excited and I never felt sad. To me, it was just flatline the whole time. There was no, I mean, granted, he died for all intents and purposes, right? And he kind of refused to move on, and that's how he ended up in the Great Before and everything. And I guess that's kind of what landed him in the real world in this like comatose state, because he's like refusing to move on. His soul is not, going to the light. So he's just kind of in limbo, right? And then he ends up in a place that he shouldn't. And, I think it was interesting, this concept of the great before and the great beyond, right? The great beyond essentially being heaven or a construct like that. And then the great before, I think a lot of people don't really think about what happens before you're born, when it comes to your soul or your personality or things like that. And I know some religions do have, explanation or teachings or doctrine about, your life before you come to earth. I don't know. I know it's present in the LDS church. I don't know how common that is across other sects of Christianity or other religions outside of Christianity. But I think it was an interesting concept to display in this movie. And I think that was a really interesting take. And I love like how they kind of like assigned personalities to these souls, right? I thought that whole scene was funny. It's like, okay, you're going to get a little dose of that and you're going to get a little dose of that. And the little souls introducing yourselves. Like, I was like, oh, I'm a megalomaniac. And and it's like, so there were, this film certainly had its moments, but I never felt like for me that it really, amounted to anything. And so I still, as much as I enjoy a lot of aspects of this movie, I come out of it after finishing the whole thing just feeling like, okay, that was a movie. It leaves me wanting more, because I never felt like it brought me anywhere. And like Joe learns a lot about himself, throughout the process. So he certainly had character development and he had an arc. I just never felt like it overly moved the needle for me personally, emotionally. And I feel like watching this kind of a movie with these kind of concepts, I'm looking to be moved in one way or another. And I don't know, maybe I'm the anomaly on this, but I never felt moved by anything in this movie.
Wow.
All right.
So
alrighty then. So Cody hated it.
This was only the second time second and third time now, because I watched it twice. But I watched it back with James, and then I kind of put it away. I kind of agree with. I relate to somewhat James was saying. It was late at night. It was like one of those things. Hey, we need to watch it, tonight, kind of thing. I was tired. I did stay up for the whole movie. Thought it was enjoyable. And then kind of like Cody, I put it away for obviously 2020, 6 years, 5.5 years. And I never watched it again. I know it's so I know the story, but then I watched it again. I'm not as down on it as Cody. I don't think, if that's the right word.
Well, that's refreshing.
It wasn't a tearjerker to me, but it also, and I don't know if age has anything to do with this, because a big part of Joe's problem is he doesn't feel like he's accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. And I think his journey with 22 makes him realize that although he hasn't maybe accomplished his big goal, there's a lot of little things he's accomplished. And sometimes you don't have to accomplish the big thing. And I think in my notes I had put like something like having a good meal or making a friend or whatever it may be. A good meal, a conversation, a walk through the city, or just enjoying nature. Where as you get older, you start looking back. Did I accomplish enough? Did I, yes, did I do what I set out to do in my life? And obviously Joe didn't get that chance before he died. He did get a chance to play with the jazz band like he wanted eventually. But at the end of the movie, he realized that it wasn't all about, his big aspirations. His journey in helping 22, I think, made him realize that, hey, it's time for me to move on. That was kind of, to me, 22 was his accomplishment because she had spent her whole great before on trying to stay in the great before because she did not want to come to Earth. And I thought that was one of the funnier parts of the movie when she's with all the famous people who tried to get her there. And, it's like, I don't remember who it was exactly. It was like Mother Teresa and all these people who are saints. And they were like, kind of, I'm done with you, 22. Screw you. I can't help you. So I thought that was funny. There was one line that I thought was hilarious. You can't crush a soul here. That's what Earth is for. But yeah, like Cody said, it wasn't like well, I'll compare to Inside Out, an Inside Out thing where there's moments that you tear up. Yeah, I didn't have them here. I thought the movie was well done. More and more as I'm doing research on movies and just that type of stuff. Pete Docter to me is a genius. I love Pete Docter now. I think everything he has his hands in turns out to be pretty good. I mean, and I'll say Soul is pretty good. I liked it a lot better the second and third time I saw it than when I watched it 5.5 years ago and kind of put it on my shelf and didn't watch it again. Where I thought it was enjoyable then, this time, it made me think a little more. So yeah, I think I don't know if I'm in between Cody and James or right around James, but we'll see when we share our scores.
As you talk about different parts and did, parts moved you or didn't move you or, like Cody's just flatlined the whole time.
Lucy's over there with the paddles.
One of the things that stood out to me as I was watching it was when 22 had gone back and become a lost soul, and then Joe was going to her, and all the thoughts, because I think you talked about it with the hedge fund manager saying, make the trade or whatever. And 22's all the things that were going through her head was all of the negative things that Joe had been saying to her. And that kind of like really, like for me anyways, I was kind of like, oh man, like you never know when you say something stupid to someone, how they might carry that with them for the rest of their life, or for any amount of time, but it could be for a very long amount of time. And
I know 22 wasn't his kid, but it's kind of the same way with your kids. Like the things that you think or say, they end up adopting. And if it's negative, then, did you do your job? So that moment kind of hit me real hard. Just because it just kind of made me think that it's not, the movie, of course, is finding your spark, finding the meaning, realizing that the meaning's in the little things. But to me, it just also kind of gave it a little additional meaning that it's like, you've got to be respectful and try not to negatively affect someone else where you might be affecting them for a very, very long time. So anyways, just a thought that came to mind that when I was watching it. All right, well, let's get into some rankings. I know we had some on TikTok.
I feel all depressed now.
No, it's good.
And I really enjoyed the movie,
right?
I really enjoyed it. So do you want me to do the TikTok ones real quick?
Sure.
Let me see. Let me get to it.
And then I have mine plus two more. So
someone just liked one of our videos, and the the person that liked it, the username is Lily and Captain Savaho. So as I'm opening up TikTok, I'm seeing Lily
Thank
and
you,
Captain
Captain.
Save-A-Ho liked your video. And I'm thinking, who the heck is Captain Save-A-Ho? But anyways, I digress. Let me go to Soul. I think we only had 1 or 2 ratings. Well, we got a few. Brianna, of course, put in there, and I do have a rating from her and Riley here in a minute. I'll read. She just made a comment saying, "Ugh, this movie is so good." Hers was the first comment. Someone with the username, I don't know if it's GC Haney or G Cheney 530. I'm not sure, but appreciate any of the comments. They did give it a solid 0.
And I see somebody
So thank you.
somebody replied, "That good?"
Yeah, that was me. I put that
Oh, okay.
good. Anytime someone puts something like that, I try to engage in conversation, see if we can get them to talk a little bit more about it. So I just wrote in that good.
Did they
question mark.
say solid 0 or did they just leave a 0?
No, it says solid 0.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
it says solid 0. And then another person that I think we're friends with on TikTok, Main Street Heather, she gave it a 70. So no comments on Main Street Heather's rating, but we do appreciate the rating of 70. So Heather, thank you very much. Appreciate that. So those are the TikTok ratings that I have. Do you want me to do
Sure.
Brianna's?
Sure.
So let me see. Right out of the gate, Kayla has not seen this one, so no rating from Kayla on this one.
Okay.
Brianna gave it a 94. She says, "I really like this movie. I still remember when Riley and I watched it for the first time a few years ago. I think it's so cute and a really good story. I think we all have some thoughts sometimes about what our purpose is. It's a good reminder that every day is meant to be lived. I love Mr. Mittens, LOL." And then Riley gave it a 90 and said, "This movie was jazzing, LOL. Great story and characters, heartfelt and cheesy, but all in all, a great movie." So 94 for Brianna, 90 for O'Reilly. For Riley, not for A. Riley, for Riley.
I thought you said for O'Reilly.
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 That's not what I meant to say. I did not mean to say O'Reilly. I meant it was a 90 for Riley.
There you go. All right. I did have 2. Are you good, James?
Yep, I'm good.
I did have 2, Kaylee and Marcia. I told them, "Hey, we're recording tonight. What do you think about Soul?" No explanations. Kaylee gave it an 82.
Okay.
Marcia gave it a 70. So she's right there with Main Street Heather. So,
Yep.
all right, Cody, got any?
I have one. Amalia has returned from the dead.
Nice. Welcome back, Amalia. Welcome.
She found her spark.
She found her spark. Alyssa found her spark.
She's no longer a
come back
lost
to
soul.
us. And I'm going to go back just a hair because she did not provide us originally a review or a score for Onward.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give her review and score for Onward just so we can fill her in, and then I can go on to what she said about Soul.
So right now the average for Onward 77.7 for friends and family. So is she going to bring it up or is she going to bring it down?
I guess we'll see. And what we've been doing with Amalia, I'll read her comments or her review basically, and then you guys like to try to guess her score off of that. So
Yep.
she says for Onward, this was the last movie I saw before COVID closed everything down. It left no lasting impression on me. I think of this movie as one for the boys. I didn't connect with any of the characters.
40.
I'm going to say slightly higher, 45.
You should go slightly higher. She said 50.
Okay.
50. Woo, close.
Close.
We were close.
So it did bring the average down
Yes, it did.
to a 70.8. It went from 17th out of 22 to 21st out of 22 with Amalia's
Nice.
score for the friends and family ranking there.
Well, welcome back, Amalia.
Way to bring the average down.
All right.
She said it is one for the boys.
Okay.
Amalia's not a big Dungeons and Dragons fan.
Apparently not. I know her husband is though, so
Yeah?
I wonder if there's anything
there
there.
might be some resentment there.
Yeah.
You're playing that stupid game again?
All right.
Here's what
Right.
she said about Soul. She says, I have pretty mixed feelings about this one. I've watched it multiple times, but every time it's like I forget how long it is. The music is beautiful. My favorite scene in the movie is in the barbershop where Joe gets his haircut. Joe is pretty self-centered. Good thing he learns a lot.
Is it that long? I'm trying to look at what the runtime is. 101 minutes. So an hour and 41 minutes. Okay.
I didn't feel, me personally, I didn't feel like it felt that long.
I
but-
wasn't looking at my watch to
Yeah.
be like,
When
hey, when is
I-
this over?
I remember when I first watched it, because I was fighting sleep, I thought it went on forever. Forever.
All right.
Then
So
like
for this
that,
one,
it was over because he
I'm going
woke
to say
up.
65.
I'm going to say 60.
Well, you went the wrong direction. You should have gone higher.
I was going to go 70, dang it.
She gave it a 76.
76.
All right.
Decent. That's decent.
All right. What do you guys think?
Well,
I'll go. I got mine ready.
Go for it.
For Soul, I don't know where it places in here because I haven't looked at it yet, but I give it an 83,
83.
which I know ties it with Incredibles 2. I don't know what else it ties it with, but
You
18th.
know, I'll go next. Unless Cody wants to go. You want to go, Cody?
you can go. That's fine.
I
I
really,
am prepared this time, but you can go.
I really enjoyed this movie. Like, I really like I appreciate the way that Cody talks about it, just kind of an even keel. But I feel like there's a couple spots, and I also like what Jason said, that maybe with age, maybe it's a little bit different because I am at a different stage in life than Cody is.
I mean, I'm about to hit the point where it's all downhill from here. So I'm at like the
Yeah.
prime
Yeah. No,
midlife
you're-
crisis.
Yeah, you're already there. You're already there. Monday was the last hurrah. After that, it's all downhill. But I don't know. I feel like there were some things that I connected with unexpectedly with this movie that kind of made me kind of look at, myself a little bit differently. Or anyways, I really enjoyed this movie. I give it a 91.
Wow.
all right.
A 91.
91. That's my answer. That's my answer. And
That
brings it into
makes
the-
your top 10.
That brings it into the top 10.
Wow.
No one is more surprised than me at that rating.
You
But-
liked it better than Inside Out.
I just barely, just a hair, 91 to 90. To me, they're both fantastic movies. This one just edged it out a little bit. And maybe the edging out might have been because of the music. Because as we know, I have my categories for how I rate things. And you know what? I should look at them. Soul
Who
versus
did the music for this
Inside-
movie?
You know what? The 1 point difference was the music.
And see, and I think that I can hear the music for Inside Out in my head.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't even tell. I couldn't give you a tune for this movie.
No?
Musicians
No.
were Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross of Nine Inch Nails. They composed the score, and then Jean Baptiste composed a number of the original jazz songs. So
Yeah, but
So-
my guy Michael Giacchino did Inside Out. It don't get no better than Michael Giacchino.
all right, what you got, Cody?
We're
Sitting
So
at an
right-
average of 87 so
yeah,
far.
14 out
I have a
of
feeling
20.
that's about to
three.
go down. Should
I'm-
we guess?
I'm a-
should we guess Cody's
Sure,
rating?
go ahead.
70.
I'm going to say 67.
Well, you're both wrong.
It's just a matter of how wrong we are.
I'm gonna give it a 65.
Woo!
Yeah.
Ooh,
Took it down to the
a solid last place finish for Cody.
Yeah, it is his last ranked movie. Really interesting.
It wasn't bad. I didn't dislike it, but it just didn't deliver.
It wasn't bad. I just don't like it better than any of the other 22, including Cars 2.
Apparently, according to my list, Cars 2 is not the worst Pixar movie.
Everyone's opinions are valid.
All right. Awesome. All right. So, yeah, sitting at number 18 out of 23 for us as the Talking Disney podcast hosts. Next week, I think it's going to stay around 18th because Luca's coming up. I don't know if Luca can beat it. But we have Luca, Turning Red, and Lightyear coming up is our next three. So
I think we're going to see some lower scores coming up.
We will see how that goes.
The next movie in the list that I've seen out of all of these remaining ones is Toy Story 5.
Awesome. So
these will all be new to me.
Because he didn't even go see his own first
Hoppers.
I did not.
Well, not his first pick, but
his first one that came out.
His first one that came out for his draft.
I
will say, I've seen Luca. I've seen Turning Red. I have not seen Lightyear or Elemental. I've seen Inside Out 2. I have not seen Elio, and I have seen Hoppers and Toy Story 5.
If it has been released, I have seen it.
Is Elemental the one with the star?
No, that's Wish.
That's Wish.
That's a Disney Animation Studios. We didn't get to review it because it was not out yet.
Which one's even Pixar, man? Jeez.
Yeah, Elemental has the fire. It has the fire in the water.
And that's the comment when I'm in the Lost Soul place. It's not even in Pixar, man. Jeez.
All right. Well, I think it's time to get out of here. Let's see. Before we do, check out the show notes where our Linktree site is linked, but we can also share with you what it is if you can remember it. Linktree /Talking Disney Podcast, and the Linktree is linktr.ee/Talking Disney Podcast. That'll have our Facebook page, X account, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of our emails, including the show email, the website www.talkingdisneypodcast.com. And I do have. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you enjoy the episodes at all, go over to YouTube and watch some of the episodes that Cody's put together. You can go back and see some of the ones that I put together a couple of years ago, but Cody's been putting the more recent ones on there and doing a great job with that.
Yeah,
so
he works hard.
Yes, go on and watch those.
So, and with saying that, what's this? That's the breaking news sound.
Oh,
we have some breaking news. I'm going to Disneyland on Thursday, August 14th. I bought the tickets while you guys are talking about.
I want to get those D23 ears. Are you going to rope drop with me?
Yeah, we could try. We're going to try to get down to Anaheim fairly in a good time. We're leaving Tuesday night from Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Oh, you'll be down there Wednesday
evening for sure. Going to drive as far as we can go. Hopefully make it to at least the Wyoming border, like Evanston. And then from Evanston, leave as early as we can in the morning. And then we're heading straight down to Anaheim. So
is there a
the shirts?
Is there a possibility of a Mickey bobblehead at the Angels game?
We won't make it down by 7 o'clock.
Oh, come on. Okay.
No.
We'll talk about that breaking news next episode.
Yeah, we won't make it. And I think they're sold out.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I did see
the bobblehead. It looked cool. The gold one looked really. I like the normal one better, but it would be cool to get one of the 2,300 of the gold ones that they're giving out.
I think so.
Yeah. I think it's
23,000. It's 10% of whatever it is. Yeah.
It'd be cool to get a gold one, but I like the look of the normal one too.
Yeah, me too. Agreed. Yeah. Agreed.
So, all right, just to have one that's one of 2,300, it would be cool. Yes. And I don't know if they're numbered, though. That'd be cooler if they were numbered.
That would be.
But who knows? All right, so that's all we got tonight, guys. Thanks for checking us out.
Thank you for listening.
And if you want to send in your ratings for our next one, Luca, James has the TikTok up and ready to go. You can also send us an email.
Yep.
And we will share your rating, or not share it if you don't want us to. So
yeah, or maybe
whatever.
we'll share it even if you don't want us to.
Yeah. So, but that's all we got.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. And until next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
That's not even Pixar, man. Sheesh.
Go find your spark.
All right. Stop.